Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino. I wanna be like Dan Bongino.
Come all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
My daddy was a miner and I'm a miner's son, and I'll stick with the Union till every battle's won.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Don't scab for the bosses, don't listen to their lies. Us poor folks haven't got a chance unless we organize.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
愛理のスケベ漫画に入れたくなった
And what do you do again?
I'm in a sales.
Doggy bag.
A doggy bag is $90, a tea bag is $50. But I'll have to ask you to excuse me right now. See, I'm kinda, on a real date.
That's all pimp. That's all pimp. No, that's all pimp name slick. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. No, that's all pimp name. That's all pimp name slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, nigga, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, nigga, I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named
Slick back.
Nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. I'm a nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. I'm a pimp named Slick Back.
Slick back. Back.
I'm a pimp named Slick Back.
Slick back. Back.
I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Say it with me, nigga. I'm a pimp named
Slick back. Slick back. Slick back. Back.
named
Slick back. Slick back. Slick back. Back. Slick back. Slick back. Back.
Nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Say it with me, nigga. I'm a pimp. Nigga, 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 I'm a pimp. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. No, that's all pimp name slick. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. That's all pimp. No, that's all pimp name. That's all pimp name slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, nigga, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, slick back.
That's what I said. Slick back.
No, nigga, I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named
Slick back.
Nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. I'm a nigga, are you deaf? I'm a pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named Slick Back. Pimp named
Slick back.
I'm a pimp named Slick Back.
Slick back. Back.
I'm a pimp named Slick Back.
Slick
Alright. I think that should be enough time to wait. Is that 10 minutes or something? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's still here, but we're gonna have to be stuck using this little format because most people, from what I gather, well, I can't really get the camera to work. Not sure why I'm saying most people. Alright. Live. True, so true. I'm indeed live. I don't know if I can show this screen. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Also, thank you for the follow, Caribbean. The little thing didn't show because we were on the stream starting portion of the thing. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this goes well. Yeah. My hair is terrible because there's no hairdressers open during lockdown, since we're in lockdown currently because of mismanagement by the government, as usual. Yeah. I don't know. We're vibing today. We're gonna have a fun time. Should I put some music on? I feel like that's probably Labour Party. Don't worry, we're going to win. No cappity. Alright, let's see if there's any cool music. Damn. Should be it. Alright. Oh. My Chrome is crashing. Very nice. There you go. Ugh. Alright. Two viewers? Paul. Very cool. But yeah, I don't know. I've barely done any research for this thing, so I'm gonna be freewheeling it for the most part. Made a doc. That's about it. And that doc is kind of useless, to be honest. Because, I don't know, I'm not American, so I have no idea about what an equal rights amendment is, but, figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. So now I'm just waiting to get invited. Oh, my hair's so bad. Fuck. Wish we were out of lockdown so I could have gotten a haircut before this. Could I even get a haircut? I don't know. How's my mic quality? Is it good? Anyone want to tell me? Oh fuck, I pressed the clip that button. Uh-oh. Wasn't meant to happen. Oh, sweet. I don't know. This is... Hopefully, I have drip. It's important. Gotta keep the drip game up. I don't know. Fuck, I look dumb. No, I maneuver my hair a bit more. I don't know. Alright. Oh shit. G2 aka Mr. Geek is live. Oh no. Spooky. Hippy dippy recruitment panel. Oh no. Okay, let me see if I can... I think I gotta make my way to... here. Alright. I should get lip balm, shouldn't I?
Hello.
Oh shit! Hello.
Well,
I wasn't expecting it to be dragged in already.
that's better. I had you turned up because Geek's
Oh.
really quiet for me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
How you going?
going?
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, it's going alright. I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit early.
Have you used Whereby before?
No, but I can figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, also I'm streaming. Is that all good? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Very cool.
Dissident Skanky.
Yeah, it is.
You're very quiet. I did hear
Yeah.
something.
Well, very quiet.
Turn this thing up then. I haven't used this mic on Discord before. Is that better?
Nope.
Shit.
Sens.
What's up?
Finally.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is that better?
No, I mean that's my fault. I've not even.
I feel like I'm
You've been in
way
the
in over my
recruitment
head right
section
now.
for months. I don't know.
Oh, you're
Keep-
chilling, you know.
I
I've been
keep overlooking you.
been vibing, you know.
I think you were one of the first people to post, and then
Really? Yeah,
it was a long time ago.
I'm just an OG, I guess. You know,
Yep.
just silently waiting, silent but deadly, like a good fart. You know.
Okay, is that better?
A little bit. I've got you turned up to 200 though.
Yeah, I'm turning up 200 also.
Okay, hold on.
I guess I'll just talk to chat or crib in for now.
Is that better?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, maybe too much.
No, that's good.
Okay.
I dropped to 200. Now I can actually turn you down a bit.
I'm not gonna ask. I'll try. I'll see if that's an option. I
Geek.
can ask if they care about Chris Pratt being cast as Mario.
So,
Mario.
oh,
I'm
whereby.
ready.
Has
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
tried to join the whereby yet?
Not yet.
I'm in like the waiting room. I just need to knock, and I think I'll join it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hopefully, I'm not like the youngest there.
Hold on.
That
I
would be
don't
really
think
weird.
I've used that before. I'll check it out. Hold on.
Just knocked. Oh, let's go.
Oh shit! I'm joining.
Cool.
Hello.
Any knockers? True.
Yo.
Yo.
I think there's a bit of latency on my end.
You seem fine.
I don't know. Typical Australian internet.
We have tricks on, and her internet's much worse than yours. Hey, yeah, you look fine. Yeah.
That's good. Should go to
Dissident.
a hairdresser, man. Fuck.
Do we call you dissident or skanky? What's the?
It doesn't really matter. Dissident Tower is just what I use on Twitter. Most people call me Skank.
Now you're muted. Now I'm guessing Whereby's taking over your audio.
Yeah.
Mute on Whereby.
Oh yeah.
This feels really jank. I'm
Is
gonna
that
be
better?
honest.
We can still hear you on whereby.
Yeah, the reason we use Whereby is because it's much less intensive on video resources, but it's crap for audio. So we've got to use Discord for audio and Whereby for video.
I mean, Whereby does look nicer. Has everything on the screen, you know. It has
that
the
better?
background as well.
There we go, perfect.
Okay, that's what it was. It's because I didn't realize we were using Discord for audio only.
His mic is so bad.
Can you mute on whereby? On the side,
Oh,
you should have an
yeah,
option
yeah.
at the bottom to mute.
Okay, there.
Perfect.
Cool.
My stream manager.
So why the equal rights amendment is because it was just discussed on the Hippy Dippy the other day.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had submissions for topics from someone called Miss Melly and in the Wolfpack, in CTV's Wolfpack, and that's one of the topics that came up. And yeah, Dylan took it for the Hippy Dippy this week.
Should have shaved.
I watched that part. It was short and disappointing.
We'll see what happens today. Maybe everybody agrees, and then we'll have to talk about something else, which we've got planned. We've got another main topic planned, which will
No,
be
if
revealed.
I can do anything, it's disagree with people.
Perfect. All right, we've got 8 minutes to go, and who we're missing? Oh, CTV will be here.
So I think
Cut sleeves might be busy. I'm gonna go check.
it's this. I think it's Dissident Tower, who's a conservative type. An ocean sheet? No, it's the Hippy Dippy round table logo, which is a peace symbol with a laurel wreath from the UN, from what I gather. This is too early, man. Most of my viewers come to like most of my people who would view my stream come to like 6 p.m. Yeah. My bed sheet. What's wrong with my bed sheet? Is it not fine? Should be okay. There you go. Is it an ocean? What? Oh, my bed sheet. No, it's just it's like a floral design, and then the top is like is stripy, really.
always freaks me out a bit when the waiting room's quiet.
Yeah, I'm just talking to someone in my chat right now.
What's up, Ty?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Got some new folks in here, or have you guys been around here for a quick minute? And I just haven't met you guys yet.
Nah, this is my first panel, so
Fantastic.
Heavy
Yeah.
Dippy panel for sure. Yeah, I usually just do commentary and stuff. I've never really done debates that often, so we'll see how this goes.
I don't
usually
like to...
just troll chat.
True.
Everywhere.
I don't think of this much as a debate, more as I do like an 8-person conversation. But
Yeah.
if Geek wants to make this spicy, we can probably do that.
and
Yeah,
sometimes
no,
it's the
definitely.
fun topics which are more heated than the actual discussion. So you gotta be
Oh,
careful for those.
That is the point.
You
Yeah.
know?
The pizza ones for me are infamous. Everyone shits on my pizza takes. It's great.
No,
If you
how
want a
bad is it?
philosophical group of people talk about either pizza and food cakes or like circumcision. People have very strong opinions about foreskin.
Well, sex just gets all the attention, guys. We are waiting on a couple people, aren't we? Fuck.
We got 5 minutes. They're fine.
I woke up at like 6 a.m. in my time.
Where are you from?
I'm Australian.
Oh, he's an Aussie. All right,
Yep.
cool. It's gonna be good. All right,
Yeah.
Sins, where are you from?
I'm from like Seattle area.
All right,
Washington State. Yeah.
Got a lot of streamers from up there. I don't know why, but it's just like there's so much of the community that's from the greater Washington area.
It's pretty nice, We're just so cloudy yet. You got to kind of stay inside. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you breathe?
yeah, right now it's fine. I mean, it's really nice. I mean, it's not really nice out. It's like cloudy, but I kind of like that. So vibing.
Dissident Tower. Are you new as well?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. We got a bunch of new guys. This is gonna be fun.
I've only done one other debate,
Fair enough.
I feel like I'm way in over my head.
and that
Fuck.
was like 2 days ago on Politically Provoked. That was my first one.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Vaccine mandates.
Oh, there's a sleeve.
Oh, it's Cutsleeve.
Hello.
What's going on?
He is
Oh,
not in the Discord yet.
Yeah, he's not in the Discord, is he?
Yeah.
He'll be there.
All right.
What a fucking
Is,
chat setup, bro. Holy
is he
shit.
streaming this?
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking.
I thought so. I'm just for some reason I'm trying to pull it up.
This guy's just sitting on like the floor with a laptop.
Right, there's sleeves.
Smooth moves. Very cool.
And a nine tails.
Wow.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
The infamous Ninetales is here. It's gonna be great.
How is everybody doing?
Doing fine.
Doing alright.
Is that what is that cut sleeve, the one with the Death Note avatar? Because someone in Prime's chat panels used to have that.
The one that says extra credits is cut sleeve and is muted
Okay, cool.
on Discord, of course.
Good to know.
Oh, that
All
is
the
a Zoomers
Zoomers are
avatar.
boomers.
I'm the only non-boomer Zoomer, it seems.
What time is it for you?
Wait,
in
all the
Thailand?
American Zoomers are
Huh?
boomers. If you're Australian, you've got
Yeah,
an
you gotta-
education.
Sure. Thank you for the follow,
What time is it for
Serenki.
you in Thailand?
It's 7:57 a.m. in the morning. Not too late. It's like school time-ish, so I can manage.
Geek, you're also active in Whereby.
Oh,
Whoops. You might need to be to talk to the sleeve. Wait, I think you can hear us. Who's
okay,
Mr.
so
Whereby?
tonight I'm not allowed to complain about like my time zone. Gotcha. I would rather do it at midnight than at 7 a.m. I have to be honest.
My lighting's worse at night, so I'm happy it's during the day. Really.
All right, everyone, do your Twitter and Twitch promos. Let everyone know.
Right now.
No,
Yeah.
Follow
No.
me.
I'm talking about like on like Twitter and shit. Like, hey,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
about to start. Come join us up. Let's get
Oh,
some.
I
Let's
think I
get
did
some
that.
viewers.
I did that a
Oh.
while back. You have to use code. Was it code Danabo for the CBD?
for 10% off. Yeah.
10% off. So true.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Danabo. I know you're watching this part. I think.
I
Got your
think
back.
I'm gonna stop promoting that because my sales have run dry at this point.
Oh.
But isn't that counterintuitive? Surely you'd want to, you know.
The problem is the guy that runs it has disappeared from the space.
Oh, okay, that's a bit rough. Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna try to advertise it more aggressively.
True.
Create big ads of 5 minutes.
Oh, Ninetales is on Whereby, but needs mute on Whereby.
Oh, okay, sorry.
There we go.
Wait.
Hello. Wait,
Hello.
who are we missing?
CTV.
CTV. Wow, the co-host again. He was late last week.
So
Thank
wait,
you,
is he
Maymay, for the follow.
co-host? Is he panelist? Is he all of the
Appreciate it.
above? What the hell is going on here?
He's both.
He's obvious.
He's a hybrid.
Everything that he
He's
wants
built
to
different.
be.
Just imagine CTV just being a host. It'll never happen.
He does it on his channel all the time. He's not bad at it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
The
He's not
meta
here.
is
I can talk shit clearly.
because it's really hard to find right-wing guests. We've got a permanent right-wing guest. That's and who better to do it than CTV? Wait,
buddy. You
About to start streaming, just so nobody says gamer words.
I'm getting so many Twitter followers. Holy shit! Thanks, guys. Damn.
Wait, how are you doing that?
Huh?
How do you do
Yeah, what
that?
exploit are you using? I'm trying to get that cheat.
I don't know. I just got like 4 followers back to back as soon as I started streaming, and I was like, damn, thanks.
Oh, I see. Your
I'm
4
a-
follows is still a big deal to you, so
Yeah,
okay, I
it's
get it now.
Oh well, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
That's doing
My bad. I don't have
numbers, okay? That's
7K
doing numbers.
followers on Twitter.
Did you fix it, Sleeve?
I think that was my chat, by the way.
Yeah, let me just hop on my phone. Is there an echo?
No, that's good. That's better than your normal audio, actually. That's...
Don't worry, maybe. Winners POV. We got this.
You got to get some of that leftist audio.
How have you been, Kurt Sleeve? Where have you been?
I mean, so, you know, everyone always keeps bringing up the fact that I'm under 18, and as an under 18-year-old, I have to do something called school.
So school started, basically.
Oh
That's
shit,
what
yo!
we thought.
I'm not the youngest on this panel. Okay, thank you for that. I was so scared I was gonna be like the only Zoomer.
Maya's here.
You don't make me feel old as fuck. Just saying.
Oh, you changed your name to Mike, bro. People grown, bro. I haven't been here. I remember when your name used to be Matt.
Dude, I'm the only person who's like obviously gray in this room.
How young are you, this?
I'll never tell.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, my normal line is I've had this line in my hair since I was like 25, which is sort of true.
Oh, I have a gray streak in my hair, this side, and I hope one day it gets like nice and thick like Tulsi Gabbard's, because I think that's super hot.
I was always jealous of a friend of mine. She had birthmarks, but you couldn't see any of them like normally unless she either had her clothes off or if you looked at her hair like had these random like white streaks in it. It actually looks so cool. This is just me being old.
Okay.
I've actually had it in my hair since I was 35, so kind of a liar.
How do I pronounce all of y'all's names?
Some of them are a little weird. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Start with mine because I'm
The
assuming.
one in the middle is Mr. Gek. That's Mr. Gek. Remember.
Alright. It's just anti-zer. I probably should have had a different letter instead of a Y, but you should probably take that up with 12-year-old me who thought up of the name.
I thought it was Antizer, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. Like you pronounced it correctly. Don't worry. A lot of people pronounce it wrong. Yeah.
Now, Sin's the one that I got. Is it Sin's
Yeah,
rules?
it's just Sens. Yeah, Sens are rules, Sens rules, Sens. Or you call me Spencer is also my name, so I got my name with
Sans?
that. Yeah.
Sans? We could just call you Sans?
Yeah, you call me Sens.
That makes it much easier.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
I know. Banger, bro.
Yeah, I just think Senzu rules every time I see her like plug for
Yeah, that
your
works
stream.
too. I've gotten like a few people that just like still are like the worst has like been Senzi rulesy, but that's it's fine. It'd be like that sometimes.
I just be. Excuse me. Can't word today. I just go with Sensei. Like,
Yeah, that works as well.
make it work. All right, since the biggest loser isn't here, can we start?
Wow.
Damn, you really throwing
No,
CTV
we
on the
gotta
bus
wait.
like that?
Let's be nice.
We're gonna wait 2 more minutes, I think, like a little bit more, and after that we'll start.
Gotcha.
I'm so
Oh,
out
who
of my
else are
element,
missing?
bro.
We got
Fuck.
9 cows.
CTV.
The co-host.
I'm nervous,
It,
man.
it must really suck though to have like all this knowledge of like being on a submarine, and yet it's all so specialized that it never comes up on like a panel. You never get to use it for anything.
I wanted to organize a panel because like we had people working in astrophysics and people working in submarines. Like there was someone else other than CTV. I wanted to organize a debate: rocket versus submarine. Unfortunately, it never happened, but that would have been cool.
Yeah, like
That'd been a fun
honestly, you guys need more science streamers like me.
Not to plug, but I have a degree in physics I just got, so that's
You just got it.
I
Damn.
did just get it. Yeah,
Wow.
I
just finished my
graduated. I
undergrad.
graduated high school. Last year.
People with
Very
science
cool.
degrees are not really noted as being like super organized all the time. I know my wife has a PhD.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
I didn't really take notes for like half my courses, I'm not gonna lie. But I was good at cramming and I was good at reading the textbooks, so that's how I did it.
I'm getting my ass kicked by calculus. I can't do it. It fucking sucks.
Man, I love
I'm just getting over the calculus curve.
It's my one class I need to take before I finish out this degree, and I'm gonna put it off to the next semester because it's like 15 credit. Or I'm sorry, this one class is taking me 15 hours a week, and I'm like, I got a car payment and a mortgage and all this other shit. I ain't got that kind of time. Fuck.
Yeah, it's tough. I kind of love calc. I'm not gonna lie. I think my least favorite math is probably linear algebra. That really killed me.
Is that where you're doing all the graphing and whatnot, or is
No,
that...
it's like column it's like matrices essentially. So
It's the worst.
It's the worst. I was bad at it, and then I had to take quantum physics, which is only that, and it's like I don't know. It's really gross. It's a bunch of
Alright.
column vectors.
The only reason I'm having an easier time with matrices than I am with like calculus is because I've done like so much programming as like a young kid that like it's almost intuitive to me to think of things like that.
Yeah, some people are like,
Sims,
yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you, king of the nerds.
Oh, yeah.
I worship you on your feet. No, 100%.
Wait, no.
All right, CTV's on his way.
I have to check something first though. Sens,
Hmm.
Laplace transform
Oh
or
gosh.
just like rudimentary stability analysis. Which one's better?
I didn't really use the second one. We did a lot of Laplace transforms though, and linear algebra. And then I think that we
Okay.
didn't even touch that
Okay.
as much with quantum because they just renamed shit to like apply to the concepts it was supposed to be. So you do like a a certain type of transformation to do like if you're adding rotation to something. I don't know. That class
Okay.
was rough.
He's or there. I don't know what your pronouns are. They're allowed to have those. That
Oh, I'm he
title.
him.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm more differential equation pilled, if anything. That's my favorite type of math.
I mean, like, just we already have electrical components that can do that, like op amps and stuff like that. So I mean,
But
it's
cool to know how it
cool.
I have no idea what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's cool,
Holy
but it's
shit.
also
These
like
people are smart.
I almost feel like
Oh,
if you
no.
don't get differential equations, you're not going to get anywhere in like anything that requires math in real life.
That's true, because it's like most things that exist have to use that to an extent. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to learn all this so that leftists can seize the means of production.
Real facts.
Very true.
Shit.
All right.
Oh, there's CTV.
Shit, it's
And did we lose someone?
Yeah, I accidentally closed out of the page.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm scared of forgetting to mute sometimes when I'm talking to chat. And like, I don't know, man.
I'll be right back, but just start without me. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Wrong video, CTV.
I remember watching a debate with CTV and Rose Roast. It's kind of interesting, kind of pog, one might say.
Alright, CTV is in place. He's just having webcam problems. everyone else is here, and before we lose more people to not talk, I think it's time to start. So, yeah, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for this brand new episode of the Hippie Dippy Recruitment. Always a pleasure to host it. This is possible thanks to Danabo, who's doing wonderful work behind the scene. Like basically, like if you're here, it's because you got an invite from Danabo. So yeah, if you want to see, if you like panels, if you like stuff like this, he's doing a wonderful work behind the scene. So go support him, twitch.tv/Danabo or shellshockcbd.com, code Danabo, and you get 10% off your order. Let's start by a little round of introduction. So yeah, present yourself, tell people where they can find you and everything. And we're going to start with the CTV, since he's my co-host. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself there, Mr. Geek?
Doing good. Can you mute yourself on whereby?
Yes, sir.
Any
How's that? Is that better?
shatters?
Perfect.
Outstanding.
how was
Fucking
your
standing, folks. You're here at the Hippie Dippy Sunday Super Sunday show, right? Your host, Mr. Geek, the Frenchman who's down with the guillotine. You hear me? Right? And the American, the alpha wolf that is in fact critically thinking veteran, your fucking co-host, the man, the myth, the legend that is here to let you know what it takes to actually get onto a fucking hippy dippy panel. Let's be fucking real, right? If you want to succeed in this fucking arena, you're going to have to develop a character about yourself that's going to be separate and apart from the way that you handle yourself in everyday life. You're going to have to develop a sense of self that is secure and not wrapped up in insecurity. This fucking facility is not for everyone. That's just the reality of where we're at. You're going to have to know your points. You're going to have to know the information, and you're going to have to be able to facilitate and be able to see what it is that other people are attempting to throw at you. You're going to have to know all of these things. This is, in fact, what the Hippy Dippy has been for CTV for the last year. Now, the only question that I have for each of these new faces, except for Tiberius, I mean, look at that haircut. Look at that guy. So sexy over there. God, there's so many things I want to do to him right now, like get him a new barber, you know?
I love this guy.
And that's the kind of humor we're talking about,
right now.
folks.
Shut the hell up, man.
That's the kind of humor we're talking about, folks, where you're making fun of somebody, but they love you for it. It's the fun stuff, right? It's not the all the way toxic stuff. It's somewhere in the happy medium. That's what we're looking for in the Hippy Dippy branding. And I expect each and every one of you to be able to bring the type of high energy, motherfucking quality conversation that we all love engaging in, where everyone is laughing at the end of it and you walk away from it going, damn, I just had a lot of fun. And I know we got a few new faces on here, so I'm looking forward to having a conversation with each and every single one of you. Mr. Geek, take it away, sir.
Hell yeah. So we're going to start with a round of intro. Let's start with the Sensei rules. So yeah, tell people who you are, where they can find you, and everything. Go ahead.
I'm so fucking nervous.
I'm
Holy
Sens
shit.
Rules. You can call me Sens or Spencer. Sens works probably the easiest. You can find me on Twitter at Sens Rules or mostly on Twitch at Sens Rules. I've been streaming for like six-ish months, and I do like leftist politics, commentary, shit posting, and
Yeah,
I
he
use
seems
my
like a cool guy.
physics degree sometimes, and also do music stuff because I also have a jazz background. So yeah, you can find me there, and I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to throw it to a formidable opponent when it comes to code names. Ninetales Cosmic Fox. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm Ninetales Cosmic Fox, leftist sciencey streamer, self-taught actually. I'm teaching myself both about ecology and systems engineering so we can, as leftists, talk about environmentally friendly ways to seize the means of production. I haven't been streaming as much recently, but I love these panels, and I'm trying to set up some more one-on-one debates. So you can follow me and figure out what's going on at Twitter. My Twitter is at M9Scarlet, should be in the bottom over here. And actually everyone loves my Twitter. Just nobody has ever not liked my Twitter, so you should follow it.
Geek, you're muted.
Okay, thank you, Prostron. I'm going to fade to cut sleeve. How are you doing?
What's up? I'm back. So thing is, you can find me at the Discord. It's right there. Um, I'm available, not during school days, but usually during the nighttime. And I know y'all are night owls, so y'all should be okay with that anyways. Reason why I've been here as much is
That's
because
cool.
y'all ain't blowing up the line. I always accept debates. I never reject a debate. So if you want me, at me. You.
Alright, coming with a heated spirit. Maya, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm my femboy mask on everything. You can find me most of the time shit posting on Twitter or I don't know, getting in some weird heated argument about like some weird internet drama. I'm just here to have some fun and see what this is about.
Alright, I'm going to fade to Dissident Tower.
Well, hello everybody. I'm not new to Twitch, but I'm
Am I
kind of new to the
lost?
debate scene.
Oh, no.
I'm a little bit closer to what you would call libertarian, although that's not really how I identify, if I identify as anything at all. I'm more on the lower right side of the proverbial compass that everybody's taking nowadays. I'm not really a conservative. I think conservatives want to return to something past. I'm more like, I don't know, I have a reverence for tradition. I just think everybody's always kind of moving forward with humanity, and never straight, but forward. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for a really long time, rather specialized, long string of acronyms after my name. Most people know me, at least on Twitch, as Skank or Skanky AF, an old nickname I got a long time ago in another life I never talk about.
All right.
And that's it. Glad to be here.
Well, now's the perfect time for you to be able to rebuild some new branding. So it's a Say that one more time.
Dissident Tower.
Dissident Tower, right? I don't know about this other name. I saw it in the Discord, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" So Dissident Tower, outstanding, outstanding. New branding, got it. DT,
Right.
we're gonna call you DT for short.
DT, there you go.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to fade to Tiber SD.
Oh, I am
All right,
lost.
good evening,
Oh, no.
everyone. It's good to be back. If you don't know who I am Tiberius D, and I currently study
He's so natural on camera.
in
Holy
economics and
shit.
political science, and I stream a lot of geopolitical content on my show. I do a little bit of other stuff called Mask Off. We'll talk about that in the outro at the end of the show. But hopefully, if you don't know me, you'll like me because CTV certainly does. And we'll see how this show gets underway. Thanks for having me.
Dude, I love this guy so much I want to yank his mask off every time I see him. All right.
All right. I'm going to fade to last but not least, unless I'm forgetting someone, and Tizer.
Yeah, hi. I'm Antizer. I'm an Australian streamer. I've only been streaming for 2 weeks. I stream 12 p.m. Saturdays Australian time. I'm, a soc dem, progressive, dem soc, whatever the fuck. I'm just a leftist. I'm just here to have fun. And yeah, that's it. I'm also, I don't know. I exist. That's it.
That's all that matters. CTV. Even if you deserve no introduction.
Well, it's true. It's true. The conservative main boss of the Sunday
Thank
of
you for
the,
the streamer.
of the
Oh,
Hippy Dippy
streamer.
Super Sunday show requires no introduction. However,
Thank you for the follows.
I will try my best to make the type of introduction needed. All right. And if you're watching on my stream, you're about to hear the sound effect because I'm a boomer and I haven't figured out how to be able to import that shit into fucking Discord. But here you go. Right. The wolf howl, the glass breaking, and then hail to the king. Right. That's how this shit works. So I'm so happy to be here. You can find me at twitch.tv/critically thinking veteran. And it's always a blast here on Sunday to be hosting such great conversations. Tiberius C, you look like you're like about to like start crying over there. I don't see a smile. Where's the smile, bro?
I'm sorry. I had to smoke
I yanked
there
your
for a second.
mask off. I wanted to see your smile, and all of a sudden there's no smile. Look, I need to see you smiling this entire time, bro. I need you smiling, right? It's the only thing that's going to make me give a chub, all right?
Oh, no.
Mr. Geek, this is going to be a fun show. I hope you're ready, sir.
Oh, dude, how much have you drank already? Fuck.
As a matter of fact, I'm about halfway through. this freshly bought jar of moonshine. All right, so I hope we're ready.
Pickles?
We're gonna have to be a lively one tonight.
I hope we are. All right. Anyway, let's go over the rules real quick. So obviously, nothing TOS. Everyone wants to keep that channel, so please respect the rule. No misgendering either. Besides that, so the show is going to go like this: one fun topic at the beginning, one serious topic in the middle, and one fun.
My guy wavy with it. Paul.
During the serious topic, you're gonna have opening statement and closing statement. You cannot interrupt other people during the opening or closing statement. After that, after opening, you're gonna have a period where you can engage and everything. If you want to chime in, raise your hand, but keep this as a last resort. Try to jump in as much as possible. Keep this if you see that you really can. Beside that, try to keep intro and outro really short. And yeah, don't forget to have some fun. All right, with that being said, let's jump right into the first topic. And I have to stand biased on this one. All right. Should you bite or lick your ice cream? All right. You know what? We're not going to do introduction statement on this one. Let's jump right into this.
No. That's a mistake. That's a mistake, Mr. Geek. We need introductory statements to this topic. It is a topic of so much importance because it brings in so many elements into the argument, such as the sensitivity of teeth, right? And there's a whole lot of reasons why you might want to discuss the sensitivity of teeth in certain areas, right? So, we gotta discuss this
and go away. I just wanted to throw a grenade and go away. But
no,
anyway,
I know you want
to opening statement. Let's go
There
into
you go.
opening statement.
There we go.
And let's start with Ninetales.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, so CTV already stole my idea, and I think he did actually steal it because he read minds or something. But yeah, this is an ableist topic. Clearly, people with sensitive teeth do not have the luxury to bite their ice cream. And so, if you are biting your ice cream, you better enjoy your privilege, you ableist prick.
All right, I'm going to pray to cut sleeve.
I felt like I almost got teased on that one.
Nah. Okay. I disagree with what Ninetales said. People who don't have teeth, they still be buying you. I work with people, especially toddlers.
Cut sleeves, back the mic away from your mouth a little bit. It's coming in really raspy, brother.
Hello. Check one.
Just back it away from your mouth a little bit. Yeah.
Hello. Is this good?
Oh, fucking
that's
perfect.
so perfect.
I fucking love you right now. I want to fucking stroke your fucking hair. Okay?
Wait.
Okay, back to opening statement. Cut sleeve, go ahead.
CTV.
This never happened.
You sure he's a minor? Holy shit.
You word. Okay. I feel the same way about you, CTV. Table people can bite. People who don't have teeth can bite, especially someone who's worked with kids and toddlers. They don't have their teeth yet. They be like, they see a hand, they see a finger, that's still biting. They still be using. You don't have to have teeth to bite. They try.
Thank you for the follow.
So when it comes to ice cream, I think biting the actual ice cream is a tragic advice, and it makes me cringe while thinking about it. Cause one, it's not healthy. Biting actual ice, the ice in ice cream, is one of the worst things you can do for your teeth. And two, come on now, you're literally gonna get brain freeze. Your teeth are so sensitive, all of your head's gonna crumble up. But there's a third option. You do want to bite your ice cream, not for the ice cream part, but the cone after it. You.
All right, I'm going to pray to Tiberius.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the lick. You gotta take your time. You gotta soft and savor the flavor. Enjoy yourself while it lasts. And I know CTV is gonna kick out of this one, but sometimes you just gotta have that white creamy stuff on your tongue. You know what? You did. Move on to the next one.
Times.
All right.
I love how the point of this panel is basically just to trigger CTV.
All right, I'm going to pray to Maya.
I think this entire dichotomy of biting versus licking is antiquated and sort of gross. All right. If you're having to bite your ice cream, you're already doing it wrong. Your ice cream should be kind of milky, you know? You should let it melt a bit. You should be able to drink that shit. If solid ice cream is so gross. When it's like a bit milky, when there's a bit of like it's dripping around a bit, that's when it's good. If you have to bite it, then you're doing it wrong. That's it.
Look,
such
I'm not gonna lie. That they got some things moving. Okay.
All right. I'm
Mr.
going
Geek
to-
doesn't know what to do tonight. He's like, "What the fuck is CTV on?" Look,
moonshine.
We already have a bottle of
half a
moonshine.
jar of moonshine, brother. I'm in a great fucking mood, right? We're gonna have a great fucking show tonight because everybody's gonna be memey. They're gonna be trying to
like
have
pickle
fun,
juice.
and
Is
it's
that
gonna be
what
fucking
actual
awesome.
moonshine
Geek,
comes?
so just sit back and relax and enjoy the show, brother. All right.
I don't think I was ready for this panel. I'm going to pray for to Dissident Tower.
CTV, I'm 100% with you. Or sorry, Geek, I'm 100% with you on that one. I was not ready for this either.
You know, this is like most food stuff. I mean, this is a very nuanced thing, right? I mean, worthy of sober discussion by everybody but CTV. And that fine moonshine in a ball jar. I mean, is it soft serve? I mean, does the person have sleeve? Like, does the person have like teeth, like cut sleeve set? I mean, are you using a cone and eating it that way? Are you using a bowl and a spoon like a civilized person? I mean, did you leave it out on the counter for any length of time? Just kind of soften it up a little bit before you scooped it, so you have to either lick it or like chew it. There are many questions to be answered about this.
True. Antizer.
All right, I'm gonna argue from efficiency. See, when you're using your teeth, right? It's like a motion like this. But if you use your lips and your surrounding mouth to, maneuver the ice cream with it, I think that's, superior. You can flare your lips a bit more and, take more ice cream on average. And also, while licking, you're applying your taste buds onto the ice cream. So I think in the dichotomy between licking and biting, I think licking wins out. But real ones know lips is where it's at. Oh, that's it.
All right, I'm going to pray to Sensei rules.
Yeah, I'm lip pilled as well. Okay, I think that's definitely the move. All right, and also there's nuance. Oh my God, sorry, someone just redeemed something in my chat. But here's the thing. All right, there are different occasions where biting is appropriate. I mean, look at this ice cream that has chunks in it. Right, you got chunky monkey ice cream. What are you gonna do? Lick the chunks? All right, how are you gonna eat the chunks? You gotta chew. You gotta bite sometimes. When push comes to shove, it's time to use some little jaw action. So I think however you want to eat it is fine, so as long as you're not like impeding on someone else's ability to eat their ice cream.
Well, this is why we shouldn't have ice cream with chunks in it. It's ableist. This is what I'm getting at.
Oh God!
Real quick, did I forget anyone? Opening. Okay, let's go.
Ninetales, is steak ableist?
No.
Do you have a food processor?
Oh, no.
Not if you have a food processor.
Steak?
Oh God.
Steak ableist?
I'm lying to shit.
Also, is there a sexy element to this?
Oh,
Like, what is the
true.
context of the ice cream?
That is true. I think I'm lagging out.
Ninetales, you know you muted, right? I don't hear you.
Yeah. You're
I think we was CTV too.
Oh, that's true. I was muted. Fuck me. I was fucking going at it. Like, look, here's the reality. Geek, thanks for pointing that out. Look, here's the reality, right? Are you sitting here just worried out of fear as to whether or not you can admit that teeth or lips are better for ice cream? Right? Because if you're sitting here worried on either side of the spectrum, it makes me wonder whether or not you are actually worried about ice cream. You feel me? Because look, I'm going to be honest. I'm a fucking bitch when it comes to ice cream. I don't like cold, like extreme cold on my teeth. They get fucking sensitive, but you know what? My lips fucking love it. My tongue fucking loves it. Right, but
There
my
is a
teeth,
sexiness about this.
but my teeth though, my teeth fucking don't like it, so I have to be very careful with how I engage with ice cream. Okay? With ice
Yeah,
cream.
by the way, I'll flat out admit I'm just trying to co-opt this for leftist purposes of making everything ableist.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
look,
this is what
Ninetales-
drives people away from leftism. Can we not do that?
True, I agree.
Yeah,
Real
so
leftism
Ninetales,
is
this
calling
is where
The
like
real world doesn't provide us the luxury of
Ice cream,
enjoying
bite or
anything.
lip. Bite or lip. Go.
Yeah, so
You're not
Ninetales,
entitled
look, this
to
is where you
enjoy
have the
anything.
ability to be able to grow past your leftist ideals and just be able to enjoy ice cream
The story,
for
though, is
what
just
it is.
tie-in.
That's what you have the ability to be able to do. The only question is whether or not you're willing to accept the brain freeze that comes along with it. Because let's be honest, whenever that ice cream gets in the back of your throat, you know in that moment that you are fully enjoying that ice cream, even though you're experiencing the brain freeze, right? You know, you're enjoying that brain freeze. Ninetales, am I
PTV?
telling a lie right now? Am I telling a lie?
I just want you to go down to Ethiopia and ask an Ethiopian child what brain freeze is. And when they don't tell you, ask yourself, is having brain freeze in itself a privilege? And this is what I mean. All I mean is that
When
you
they don't
enjoying
tell you,
things-
it's because they can't speak your language, bro.
you enjoying things that other people can't enjoy makes you ableist. That's
Also,
my.
they
That's
live
my
in
That is
Ethiopia.
so much shit. Come on.
I mean, if you
Tackle
really
that
live
shit.
in
At least, okay, at
Ethiopia,
least I
everything
triggered
would be-
Tiberius.
Tiberius,
succeeded.
tackle that shit. Tiberius has got it. Tiberius, tackle that shit. Let's go.
No, it's bait. I'm gonna leave it where the bait fucking
No,
belongs,
no.
in the
She
box.
fucking threw the. No.
I got a
She-
response. I got a response.
All right, go
Okay,
for it.
who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
This sends. My response is no. Chad.png refuse to elaborate.
Refuse to elaborate. You might as well have just been teasing me like a fucking stripper at the strip club whenever she made me so fucking hard I wanted to go at it. All right? That's what that was.
Yeah, Sens, only one of us is going to be getting on the hippy dippy, and it's the one who can actually respond.
Yeah, so Ninetales.
CTV, I better be careful because I see your wife peering through the background. You don't want to be talking about strippers too much.
Wait, what makes you think I don't want to be talking about strippers too much? Right? You think that somehow... What is it that you think about me, Cut Sleeve, that makes you think that I wouldn't appreciate a good strip club show?
I see your wife pacing back and forth in the background. I'm just,
What do you mean my wife pacing back and forth in the background? My wife is actually in the bedroom, and I've got a someone else here in the background. So what are you worried about what's going on inside my house? Why are you worried about that?
She's
That's
in your
right,
bedroom?
Cut Sleeve. Don't be worried about
Oh,
what's
really?
going on
What's
in my
up?
motherfucking house.
She's in your bedroom? Oh. You better
Oh.
You better go.
Yo, you damn right my wife is in my fucking bedroom. You better believe that shit.
Also, I'd like to
Last time
point
I
out that
checked, she was freshening up in my bathroom.
Look, the reality is, and I've said this before on past hippy dippies, right? Is that not everyone is swinging worth paying for. All right. So if you're worried about anything going on in my background, understand from the start, not everyone is swinging one worth paying for. All right,
Oh, we're
you
talking
got
about
me.
strip club.
And
So
since
that's
that's
not
been said,
strip club.
it's a million. It's a million. Hold on, geek. Hold on.
What kind of strip club are we talking about here? With shit
It's a
swinging around?
Hold on. You're right. Ice cream is a topic, and it's a million wolf coins to be able to get the OF link here in the Wolf Den's chat. So we're not talking about that, though. We're talking about ice cream, and we're talking about how it affects the lips, the teeth, and the tongue, right? And I am fervently against the teeth. The teeth are way more sensitive, and you've got to take special note when it comes to biting versus licking of the ice cream. Mr. Geek, am I far off the topic now, sir?
Does anyone else want to give that take?
I'm just asking if I'm far off the topic, sir. That's all. I want to
It's
make sure we
clearly-
brought it back
I have
to a more
a-
comfortable.
It's clearly a
wanna-
matter of mouthfeel, But again, like I said, not everyone gets to enjoy that mouthfeel.
Mm.
That's true, but like also like should we be focused on bringing everyone? Should we try to uplift people and try to build technologies and stuff to give people the opportunity to have that feeling as opposed to just stripping away?
Yes, genetic engineering. Let's go.
Well, not
Let's
just
get
like
some
that,
super
but like
teeth.
tools. I don't know.
No, maybe we
Super
should try to like
teeth. Let's
push
make
for
it happen.
subsidies
Hey,
of the
wait.
ice cream market.
I don't
Maybe
know.
try to expand ice cream for all, maybe.
No.
Whoa.
Everyone's a
Question-
diabetic already. What the fuck?
Question was, is ice cream better on the teeth, or the tongue? Not technology to get everyone ice cream. Okay. Some people would die if they get ice cream. We're not talking about that. We're talking
Screw
about
them, all right? Like,
Okay, but
gotta
how
get
do we
people ice cream?
how do we make ice cream less lethal? That's the question then.
Wait, lethal?
Yeah.
We're talking about lethal, bro.
You said some people can't
it's a-
eat it. I agree, but then we have to find ways to make it less of a public health hazard.
Do we though?
No, I think
I think it can be. I think you should treat ice cream.
is more dangerous than a single bullet. It's true.
True.
Look at heart disease. Look at heart disease in the U.S.
Or just brain
Okay.
freeze, honestly.
Yeah, the brain freeze epidemic.
Just take
I suspect
It's
that
the
the
unspoken-
majority
It's
of
the
brain
fun
words in
topic,
the right wing
Cribin.
is from eating too much ice cream.
They discuss a fun
now
topic
we're
and then
making
go to
it
the
a
serious
political
topic.
thing. Wow.
Oh no.
Always the lefties.
I was
No,
I was
see,
the one coming
leftists
in
are
here
always
being like,
thinking
I'm going to
they're entitled
hijack
to
this for my
ice cream.
leftist purposes. This has always been political for me.
There's so much bait in this conversation that I swear I'm about to hunt for sharks.
Now, question about that bait: would you want to eat the bait through the tongue or the teeth?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question.
I don't think you really need
That
teeth
we're
for bait.
never
Bait is
gonna
then
get to
pretty
answer because
squishy.
we're gonna.
That's what. Look, it all ends up coming down to the point that CTV is made, right? And this is where you're all missing the fucking point. Y'all keep coming back to it, but it's the teeth versus the lips and tongue, right? Which one is better for ice cream? Right?
Lips and tongue.
look, cuts. Look, look.
That's what
Everybody, look at cut sleeve. Do that motion you were just doing again, because like you were doing that for a reason. Keep doing it, cut sleeve.
He
Do
was
it
showing
again.
how to eat an ice cream, CTV. Come on.
I think he was
right.
just showing
I
off the
wanna-
lip feel.
Just how it
I want
is.
to
The
see
lip
it
feel.
again,
Okay.
Cut
The
sleeve.
mouth
Do it
feel.
again. Cut sleeve. Do it again. You were just doing it.
No. We're going to move to next topic.
Oh
wait, no.
The
Can
serious
we do a
stuff.
vote? I think we need to do a vote though. Bowl or spoon to eat your ice cream?
Ooh, you know what?
Or sorry,
you know
cone
what?
or spoon. Cone or
Yeah, it's
spoon.
like bowl or spoon. We use our fingers. Kind of base though.
I'm going to be honest. I don't disagree with what you're talking about. So I'm going to do a poll in the chat right now. Bowl or spoon, and we will see.
But if you
what
have it in a bowl, don't you eat it with a spoon?
Not
Yeah, no, it's
necessarily.
cone. I misphrased it. It's
Cone or
cone
spoon.
or spoon. Do you eat it with a
Cone or
spoon
spoon?
or-
Okay,
Cone.
okay.
Oh,
I will
right.
clarify for the poll. I will clarify for the
The
poll.
thing is with the cone, like
Cone sucks. Let's all be
the thing is,
honest. Cone is horrible.
cone
Okay.
sucks, bro. Like when that mug melts,
That gives you a
like
time
your
limit.
hands
You've
get
got to eat
hard.
that
the
shit in like
experience.
5 minutes.
Okay,
It's called speed running.
Exactly.
heresy right now.
One at a time.
No, the cone doesn't even taste good. It's just like 50 extra calories you're gonna have to burn off. Like awesome.
It's cap.
Cap? What do you mean?
That's cap.
You want me to show you the
Cap, it's cap,
calories
yeah,
of
it's
the
It's cap.
fucking cone?
Look, I don't care about calories. I need it. You know, I have small wrists, etc., right?
All right. Well, we got 3 minutes on the poll. Cone or spoon? And look, I'm gonna
know.
look.
Most
I'm
of the
gonna be
time-
honest with
fervently
you.
against dishes, and I don't have to wash my cone afterwards.
True.
Ooh.
That and also, it's ice cream. It's a very
Wow.
textured. It adds texture to it, and I think when
Wait a second.
when it comes to food, texture is important.
The
Mm.
irony is that I have celiac disease, so I can't eat wheat at all, and so I actually can't eat cones.
Uh,
So me saying that
Mm.
is actually like I'm kind of half.
you're
lying.
being you're lying.
Mm.
That's
Yeah, but
quite-
it sounds.
Another
I'm
lion left.
I'm gonna be honest.
Another line.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Nine Tails. It sounds like you'd like to eat a nice cone.
Oh
right?
yeah, I miss everything that's made out of wheat now.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I just want to make sure we understood each other. You'd like to eat a nice cone, no worries.
It doesn't.
Mm.
True.
Mm.
I mean, also if you're,
Here's why
you're
bowl is
anti-cone
the
but you're pro ice cream sandwich, then
Is an ice cream
it's a
sandwich an
sandwich,
actual
though.
sandwich?
uh,
Duh.
I would
It's
argue that
has
it
sandwich in
is.
the name.
Okay,
I would argue that it is.
It has sandwich in the name. What do you mean?
But most sandwiches
I'm
have
going to
butter
start
or
meeting
mayonnaise
people.
on them.
No.
No.
What are you talking? It's a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Are you
Wait,
living in
wait.
talking about?
All right,
Peanut butter on my
let's
peanut
not
butter
go
You living in
moving on. We're going
Caucasianville?
to find to the rabbit hole.
It's obviously a cake.
All right,
Vegemite
let's move on
sandwich.
into.
You are living in Caucasianville. If most of your sandwiches have butter or mayonnaise, literally turkey sandwich,
Alright.
ham sandwich, I don't put mayonnaise on that stuff. That's only white people mayonnaise ass.
True. Ham is mayo as
It's
hell,
called good
man.
sandwich.
Mayo's great.
Please finish that shit. 'Cause
No one is going to finish. Everyone is getting muted.
Oh
I'm
no, I
done.
got muted.
We're moving on to
Oh.
the next topic. Oh my god. Who's that? I'm going to snipe you all. Alright, everyone is muted. What you managed to do is you managed to make me tired. Alright, we're moving on to the next topic. Alright. Alright. Next topic, and I'm gonna have to unmute everyone now. Should the Equal Right Amendment be passed by Congress? If yes, why? If not, why not? And we're going to start with Tiberius, since you're already unmuted.
All right, fantastic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's actually been passed by Congress. It's actually ratification for states, and they only need like 2 or 3 more. But as far as the whole general thing is that should we have an equal rights amendment? I'm not opposed to this. I'm fine with it. I believe that as far as my own philosophy, that government should be an equal arbiter or a neutral arbiter where and all possible. Now, I think there's some like idiosyncrasies that we can get into, but quite honestly, I don't want to have another goddamn abortion debate again. So anyway, in a nutshell, I'm okay with this in a general sense. I think there's a technicality that's going to get in the way of that here or there, but yeah, like we need that.
All right, I'm going to throw it to Maya.
I'm gonna be a bit honest. Like, I feel like this is a bit less important than the spoon ice cream discourse, but let's go into this. Yeah, I feel like it'd be really hard to disagree with some sort of law that puts everyone on an equal footing or gives them an equal opportunity in America, right? The Constitution is kind of meant to be the spirit of a country, right? Not just to show our specific laws, but to show the spirit of our laws. I feel like having an equal rights amendment kind of goes along with the spirit of our country, equal opportunity for all, life, liberty, property, all that stuff. So yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to throw it to Antiza.
Yeah, so generally speaking, I think if I'm gonna do a little background on this, most Americans apparently do think that the ERA has been passed, or at least is in the Constitution. I think it's very, very telling that that people think so, and that it just shows that more it should be in the Constitution, right? Fuck, I made my point so badly. But essentially, I think I do support this, but I think there are a few issues with it, especially when it comes to affirmative action. It might has the chance of eliminating some labor protections for women, so especially say pregnant women or women with children who might have to stay at home. And also, I think in some cases it might just be a very cosmetic victory. There might be, should we really spend so much time discussing or arguing for something that's protected by other pieces of legislation in other states, when we can push for more wider action? For example, trying to eliminate the gender wage disparity, or improving just how poor people are in general. I think it's a very nuanced topic when it comes to what we as feminists or we as general people should be doing. But yeah, so that's my 2 cents.
All right, I'm going to throw it to Gutsleeve.
Not so bad. I up so bad.
All right, so equals right amendment. Try to look up this thing online. There's 8 different versions. I'm not really sure what it is. From the best I can grapple at, when I looked at Equal Rights Amendment 2021, it specifically talked about amending it for sexual reasons. So people's sexuality would be protected under Equals Rights Amendment. I think, people just don't use it. I don't think people care. I don't
Because like discrimination based on sexuality, what does that mean? Does that mean misgendering someone, or does that mean aggressively misgendering someone? Does that mean blatant
Yeah, I should have
discrimination in the
looked on
workplace,
my
or
starting
does that
statement a
mean
lot
like
more.
you
That
know,
was my bad.
it can mean a very variety of things. I actually just like I don't know what it means. I need more court cases on it, and it's just pretty vague. But like overall, it hasn't done much harm. So I'd say like pass it. But it really is all dependent on how it's used in court.
All right, I'm going to throw it to Ninetales Cosmic Fox.
Yeah, so going a bit off of what Ant said, the actual number of people who thought that we already, or the U.S. already has an equal rights amendment, which, by the way, I think would make the 28th Amendment or 25th, I can't remember the exact number, is 80%. 80% of people thought that this already existed. And the reason, like, this might have parallels with some state or local level laws that already do this, but we don't have a federal law that actually makes this happen, protects equal rights in this way. Title VII kind of does that under the 14th Amendment, I believe. Or sorry, not the 14th Amendment, the Civil Rights Act. But the problem is that it doesn't cover a lot of other things, which I think we should add to this amendment, like discrimination in employment with like actual like hiring practices. And one of the things is that despite what Cutsleeve says, that this is one amendment that's been trying to pass since the 1930s, I think, or late 20s. And the only reason it hasn't is because of right-wing opponents and Congress. We now have enough states to ratify this, and we had enough up until the deadline, and only right after did we get enough states to do it. So all Congress has to do to pass this, and this is so easy, is just open up the deadline again, so that way it can be ratified. There's nothing that needs to be done other than that. There's no changes in law or precedent or anything like that. So it should be. It's not only super easy to pass this, but it's like something that like everyone thinks is common sense.
All right, I'm going to throw it to Dissident.
She explained my point a lot better than I could. Fuck.
Yeah, I think that this is
gonna come out of this looking good.
it's really a silly debate. I mean, it doesn't need to be passed. We already have a 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment was proposed by the same people that proposed the 14th and the 19th Amendments. Yeah, sure, it could be passed, but to what end? I mean, the 14th Amendment wasn't originally meant for anything about equality of the sexes, but it's been used that way with great effect. It doesn't need to be passed, and if it is passed, I don't think it's going to do a lot of the things that people think it's going to do, or it's not going to do as much good in the way that people want. It's going to eliminate a lot of things that are sex specific, things like selective service. I mean, if I did a poll of cis women who whether or not they want to be drafted in the military, should there be another ground war, as unlikely as that might be, that I don't think I'm going to get a resounding yes that they want to be put on the front lines to get into the meat grinder. And, women's jobs are already tough enough as it is, that now we're going to make them into frontline soldiers. Now that's kind of silly. And I mean, the Civil Rights Act does a great job of addressing race, which the ERA does not do. And the ERA is specific to sex. It's very specific language. It doesn't do anything with gender, or it doesn't do anything to advance LGBT issues, which we already have laws on the books for that. The Civil Rights Act, Title VII, was already used for that quite successfully. Thank you, Judge Gorsuch, for being a decent human being. So it's useless. It's a silly thing to mull over. Yeah, it could be passed. It only recently got enough states, but it's just not necessary.
Okay.
Wait. Before Geek throws it to anyone, there's been a secret revealed in chat. It's actually Mr. Geek's birthday. So I wasn't going to bring this up, but chat brought it up. So happy birthday, Geek. And if anybody was going to subscribe, now's the time to do it. And I looked at myself, and I'm actually missing my subscription, so I'll start it off. Happy birthday, Geek. I'm sorry they brought it up. It wasn't my fault.
Wait. Hold on.
Did we sing happy birthday?
Are you in fact telling me that today, of all days, this Sunday here on September 26th, is in fact Mr. Geek's birthday. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Geek, here's the deal. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Geek. Happy birthday to you.
CTV, you need to speed that
Many
up.
more, you handsome French fuck. Y'all better see the Alpha Tower in your background more often because that's exactly what I need to see. You see what I'm saying? Now, look, let's go over. Are we through with opening statements? I just want to make sure before we continue.
No. There's still
Fuck
you
you,
and Spencer
Danabo! Fuck you, Danabo, for setting me up for failure. You should have waited until opening statements were done. You son of a bitch. Okay, go ahead, give us a key.
So yeah, I want to pray to censor rules, and thank you everyone in chat.
Yeah, happy
thank
birthday, my Libra King. All right, so it's
Scorpio.
Tiberius already mentioned this, but yeah, it's already been passed by the Senate and the House. It just needs to be ratified, and then the deadline passed, so we can just extend that to ratify it. The reason why, like, I would argue we should ratify it, even though there's precedent right now under certain there's judicial precedent in the Supreme Court, like 1971, where it decided the 14th Amendment encapsulates discrimination based on sex and gender, and I think sexuality as well. Maybe not. I'm not sure about that, but that's still just precedent, and we know that precedent can change. There's even like people saying, like Anthony Scalia saying in 2011 that, quote, certainly the Constitution does not require discrimination on the basis of sex. The only issue is whether it prohibits it. It does not prohibit it. So it's certainly important to have this enshrined just as like a as a failsafe. I mean, the 15th Amendment explicitly protects people on the basis of race, color, or previous condition or servitude. So we should. I don't think it's unprecedented to add this. To add a amendment that protects on the basis of sex, and to address the point that it's not including gender. Yeah, we can, like, if we really wanted to, we can add gender as well as sexuality and stuff as too. But for right now, if we wanted to just pass it, it's pretty easy just to extend the deadline.
All right, and I'm going to pray to last but not least CTV.
All right, folks. We've had a lot of law be mentioned during opening statements. So I want to make sure that I hold consistent to what my values are. I am, in fact, a constitutional American or Christian. Slow down. A Christian American constitutional conservative. And notice that I've been able to do this through over half of a jar of moonshine that lets you know how bedrocked the principles are. Now, 14th Amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the states of wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction equal protection of the laws. Now, where does this bring us to the Equal Rights Act? Well, the Equal Rights Act, as I go to congress.gov /bill /117th Congress /House bill /5. And I'll make sure to put that into Mr. Geek's chat now, as well as my own, so that everyone, and I love it when everyone is on the same page as CTV. Let's be honest, it's such a sensuously truth page, right? Tiberius, why did you drop out? I love seeing your sexy face. What?
need to
Nah, I
pee.
gotta wait till Tiberius comes back. Tiberius, look, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not watching anybody else. You know why I'm not watching anybody else? Because I don't really know anyone else on this panel as well as you. So you better believe I'm watching your fucking pre-breaks. And if you're taking a pre-break during whenever I'm speaking, you know what that speaks to, sir.
I already know what you're saying.
Now, ERA. According to the website that I just gave via congress.gov, shown here passed House February 2nd, 25th, 2021 Equality Act. This bill prohibits discrimination based upon sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity in areas including public accommodations and facilities, education, federal funding, employment, housing, credit, and the jury system. Specifically, the bill defines and includes sex, sexual orientation,
CTV.
and gender. Hold on.
Real quick. This is this is something completely different. This is something completely different.
This is look. I'm reading.
Yeah, it's an opening statement. You can't interrupt. You can't interrupt. You can't interrupt.
There's the Equal Rights Amendment. Those are two different things.
Maya,
Yeah, but
you
Mr.
have
Are
to
we
let
gonna have
him.
a time limit on his thing though, because
Yeah.
like we all took really short intros, and CTV's talking at like half the speed of us all.
Okay, so since I'm talking at the half of speed of all of y'all, that's where you have to have patience. And that's where I exercise patience instead of shouting over everyone. And I've shown that I have the patience necessary to listen to everyone else in the room. Now, H.R. 5, 117th Congress, 2021-2022. Am I talking about the wrong thing here? If I am, I will conclude my opening statement and look up whatever it is everyone else is talking about. If I'm talking about the same thing, then I expect everyone else in the room to shut the fuck up. So which one is it?
It is the wrong one.
Okay, and with that being said, we can engage.
Am I
Yeah, I
talking
wanted
about the
to
wrong
address.
one?
Yeah, I think you're talking about a
Yeah,
bill.
can I address something Dissident said actually
Explain.
while
One minute.
CTV's
There
figuring
is the
this out?
Equal Rights Amendment.
Yeah.
Hold on. Stop. I need to know from the start. Are we talking about H.R. 5, 117th Congress, 2021 to 2021-2, passed on February 25th, 2021, the Equality Act? If we're not talking about that, then I want to know what it is specifically we're talking about. Maya, right? Or Femboy Mass, right? Look, Femboy Mass, tell me specifically what it is that we're talking about, and then I will look that up, and then when I'm ready, I will re-engage. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's the Equal Rights Act, which is what you were talking about, which is just legislation. It's a law. And we're talking about the Equal Rights Amendment, which is an amendment that, it's just a different thing. It doesn't talk about gender or sexuality. It's just about
All right.
sex.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what, put that in both Geeks and my chat so that I don't miss it, because I don't want to miss what it is that you're talking about specifically that gives me the text to what you're talking about, and I will sit here and listen, wait, and
All right.
study while we're doing that, okay?
I want to pray to Tiberius.
Wait, what did I do? Ninetales wanted to talk.
Ninetales, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't see you. Sorry. My
Okay,
bad.
thank you. Yeah, Dissident was saying like they don't see a reason for this, and the problem is that again, maybe you don't understand the importance of having like a federal level law that does this, but we can't just rely on states to do this because we're just going to get different results all over, and it's going to be an ideological thing rather than actually protecting people's rights. Furthermore, this if we actually got this as an amendment to the Constitution, this doesn't become like a matter of the courts ruling in favor of somebody based on a precedent. This doesn't become like a matter of law that can be easily changed by the next president. This is now an amendment in the Constitution, so it's not going to be changed because Trump gets into office.
What do you mean by federal law? I mean, there are federal laws. I mean, the Pay Equality Act, or the Equality of Pay Act, was just passed like in April of this year. Say goodbye to that. Bye.
Wait, say goodbye to it?
Yeah,
Why are we
because
saying goodbye to it?
it's gender specific. So if the Equal Rights Act passes, it says it cannot an elect can be neither abridged by any state on account of sex, which means that all laws cannot be like it gets rid of any sort of like sex specific legal definitions. So
Yeah,
all
it
those things
seems-
kind of go bye-bye.
Yeah, if you take like a kindergarten notion of what these laws do, then sure, that would seem to be a contradiction. But the reality of it is that what the law that you're referring to does, what the law that you're referring to does, actually makes an equal playing field for both sexes. So just because something discriminates doesn't mean that it's actually discriminating in a way that harms people. In this case, this is discrimination to actually provide equality.
Discrimination is discrimination.
Well, unfortunately, the law isn't that basic. So when we deal with things, no, it isn't. When we deal with things, we also talk about the context and how it's used.
It has nothing to do with context. We're talking about a matter of law.
It has everything to do with context.
You need to parse language very, very carefully. I think people in kindergarten can even do that. That if you have equality of rights in the law, should not be denied or abridged by any state on account of sex. Any state on account of sex. So it doesn't let you just pick and choose winners and losers. Then all laws have. There's a reason why a lot of activists who are not in kindergarten, I might add, that are worried about this, but not. I mean, we're talking feminists too. We're not talking about just right wing weirdos or whatever sort of ad hom you want to add in on the slide. We're talking about people who are worried about things like. Like labor protections for women not having to lift heavy shit, which exist, right? So there's a reason why labor unions are against this too.
I want to ask very.
All right, so hold on. Femboy Maz, I just looked at the link that you sent me in Geek Chat. You didn't send it in mine, so you only fulfilled half of the requirement,
I couldn't. It was follower only mode, and I have to wait the time.
Wait, so you're saying that because you don't want to follow CTV, there's a fucking problem? That's your fucking problem, not
I followed.
mine.
I promised. I followed.
Did you? Did you? Because what you just said doesn't implicate that. So from there, right? So you fulfilled half of the requirement. You posted the link in Geek Chat, which I followed because, of course, I follow Mr. Geek. Look at this handsome fucking French guy that's hosting this fucking panel right now. Of course, I'm going to follow this guy. Now, Femboy Mass, I looked at the link. Explain to me how what you posted is any different than what I posted.
Because one of them, the one you were talking about, was an act that pertains to gender, sexuality, and sex, while the Equal Rights Amendment only applies to sex.
Yeah, believe it or not, an act is not
so
an
hold
amendment.
on. Okay, so then, like, explain to me how the implication of law, because in frankness, right, with everyone on the panel, the only reason why people of different backgrounds end up coming together to talk about any of these issues is because of law. And this is where it's incumbent upon all of us to be able to maintain our rational minds in understanding each other when it comes to engaging in these very complex ideas. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences. It's our rational minds that allow us to be able to understand the different points of view. So explain to me, Femboys Maz, how it is that the in Congress Equal Rights Amendment that you posted from equalrightsamendment.org is any different than what I posted, right, from congress.gov.
One of them is a law, so that's the one big difference, right? A law versus an amendment, you know. The second of all, one.
And which one? Which one is which? I want you to be very specific. And look, understand that there is no shortness of time for you to be able to explain your point, right? I understand it's a 9-person panel. There's a lot of people that want to talk. Explain to me how those two things are different. One's coming from an official government website, congress.gov, versus a third-party entity, which is
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't able to find it.
equalrightsamendment.org. It's inherently different, right? So, like, explain to me the difference, because I'm a layman, and I'll be honest in saying that, right? I'm a layman. Explain to me what the difference is, because I'm looking at both right now, and I'm not quite frankly understanding the difference.
Okay, so the one that we're talking about, the one I sent, is an amendment, right? A constitutional amendment. The other one you were talking about is a law, right? That's one. The law that you were talking about would protect people for their gender, sexuality, and their sex. The Equal Rights Amendment, the one that we're talking about and that I sent, only applies to sex. And it's
Hold on. The one that I read is based on sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity. So, from there, explain to me how it's different.
That's not the ERA.
I will. We're getting in circles. Okay.
ERA section
I'm
1
sorry.
is one sentence.
Okay. We're going in circles right now. I want to phrase to people who haven't talked a lot so far. So, anti-us and their rules, like anyone.
Are we going? Are we? Maybe it's the alcohol speaking, Mr. Geek, but are we actually going in circles, or are we trying to understand the circle here?
It's just super ironic to me that CTV is like, oh, you have to be patient. And then when I'm literally in a back and forth with somebody, CTV is like, oh, now's my chance to talk because someone posted something and I really want to talk about it right now.
Ninetales, that's not the goal here at all. I literally have zero agenda with being here. As a matter of fact, the reason why I'm here.
I will say this much.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were done. I was going to say the Bill of Rights and the Constitution are also incredibly different, just to let you know.
Why? That's specifically why I point to like things from official fucking government websites, right?
Yeah, but if you point to the Bill of Rights, it doesn't actually apply to stuff that goes on in the Constitution.
Yeah, but the Bill of Rights is only the first 10 amendments, which is where I'm not specifically trying to be. I'm not trying to be hard to get along with, right? Like, it may be perceived that I am, but the reality here is
Bro, why do I have to
that,
get the fucking American
and I'll point this
moment?
out again, I'm half a jar into fucking moonshine, and I'm trying to make sure that I understand everyone on the panel. And while that may
excuses, I thought right wingers were against excuses.
it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse at all. If anything, it's
I
more
want
of
to
a
throw it to other people. Okay, send the rules. I saw you raise your hand at some point. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think clarify a little bit. Amendments, like, I mean, they're just different than laws. Amendments are kind of what the laws are, I guess, modeled after in some ways, or it's supposed to be in reference to that.
Hello,
So it's
Dumac.
it's a discrepancy. Usually, the Supreme Court's gonna like defer to the amendments and look at like, hey, does it
It's
fit
quite
within that
it's
framework?
quite resident sleeping
etc. So
now
they're a lot
because
more
we
they're a
haven't
lot
really
more
gone
like
the
a,
discussion
I
anyway.
guess, it's a lot harder to remove an amendment to the Constitution than it is to remove a law. I think the only time it's ever happened is with prohibition, and that, yeah. But
yeah, that was a bad fucking idea, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a bad idea, but we had to put a lot of forces to get it removed too. So it's
It was introduced at
yeah,
about
we
the
did.
same time too.
Yeah, so
we had to literally have the president support that shit.
The other thing is, like, I think, yeah, it had to be
Thank
like
you for the
super
follow.
unanimous and stuff. I think the main thing here is in response to dissident, with respect to like having protections and stuff, or like federal laws in place already that already outline this stuff. Like I just pointed out, federal laws, they are pretty good for the most part, and they're somewhat concrete, but we still have outlines in place to, like, in the Constitution itself, and not the Constitution itself, but like within the amendments, to ensure they're even stronger and harder to take away, right? That's why we have freedom of speech isn't just a law, it's an amendment in the Constitution, so like, it's not taken away so easily, if that makes any sense. I think there's no loss in just adding this in just as like an extra precautionary measure, especially
I would disagree.
Legal scholars
I mean,
saying
if
it's
you're,
possible.
I would definitely.
Wait, what do you mean we disagree?
I would
Why do
disagree
you think we added
because
three
because it
amendments after the
doesn't
Civil War?
because it doesn't allow for any sort of a law that specifically addresses something that has to do with any particular sex. So and that affects a variety of different things. Spousal support, right? I mean, maybe something could be maybe we could make a case that that's good, right? Because it should be a little bit more individualized. But alimony is another one. Right? You have to rewrite laws having to do with alimony, because if women are specifically mentioned, then what the court system could then say, if some nice right wing conservative lawyer gets in front of the bar and says, well, no, but see, that discriminates against men, and that's part of the Equal Rights Amendment, right? Because we can't discriminate on the basis of sex.
Well, this is why men's
supposed
rights
to sex
activists
we
would
have
like
same-sex
this.
marriage and stuff.
I have a question.
Oh, no, I think they'd love it. I think men's rights activists would love the ERO to be part of it.
Wait, I have a
Go ahead.
All right, Cuss Sleeve, go ahead.
If I'm in Actor Studio, right, and I post a sign that says, we're looking for male teachers only, is that discrimination?
Yep.
I'm not hiring.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with saying that that's discrimination, because it is discrimination, right? We want a male teacher. That's like saying I only want a male lawyer.
No. For like, okay, if I'm an Actor Studio and I need like an acting position, right? Say we're like replaying or like a reboot of like School of Rock, and we need someone to play Jack Black.
But Cuss Sleeve, look, I gotta say this, Cuss Sleeve, right? Acting is inherently different from government and law, which is where the conversation is rooted.
Yeah, but
it's rooted. Hold on, everybody. It's rooted in government, and that's why it's important to keep it in the conversation of government. You can bring up examples to point out other things and other examples to be able to point that out, but I don't feel like acting, while a pertinent example to point out the difference in what you're talking about, acting or any other field of employment would not be the same as government in this example, which is exactly why, like I was pointing out, H.R. 5, 117th Congress versus the in Congress Equal Rights Amendment, and I was asking for the differences, right? So this is where I'm trying to understand the differences between what it is that is on the congress.gov website versus what is on a different .org website, so that I can better understand, and excuse me for speaking for every other layman out there that is trying to understand.
Wait, okay, so I'm also trying to understand better. I'm trying to ask of examples of discrimination to see what this law applies to.
Okay, so anybody else, like if you've got, like, what's the difference between the 117th Congress, which said that this bill prohibits discrimination based on sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity in areas including public accommodations and facilities, education, federal funding, employment, housing, credit, and the jury system. Specifically, the bill defines and includes sexual orientation and gender identity among the prohibited categories of discrimination or segregation, right? So, like, from there, what's the difference from that? And Nine Tails, perhaps maybe you're the best qualified on this panel that I've seen so far to be able to answer this question, right? But, like, what's the difference between the 117th Congress that was in 2021 to 2022 versus the Equal Rights Amendment.org website that I was referred to? I want to understand.
Yeah, so the important thing to remember is that a House resolution can be overturned by the next Congress, or next House, I should say. So
yeah, but that's true with any amendment. So what's the difference between this and that?
It's a much different process. It would be a
I get that it's a different process. I don't give a fuck about the process. What is the difference between this 117th
I need you to be patient.
I am trying to be patient. I'm so
Sorry,
trying to be
Sherlock.
patient. But answer the question, what's the difference between the 117th Congress that I read on the congress.gov website?
You have asked this question already. I'm trying to answer it.
I know, and I've been deflected to another fucking point, which is exactly why I'm driving point to home now. And Mr. Geek, please try to have a little bit of patience while I'm driving home this point, because I want to understand the difference. Thank you, Mr. Geek, again. Right, Nine Tails, please explain to me the difference, please.
Yeah, so an amendment to the Constitution would better protect these rights because it no longer is as reliant as who's in the House at the moment.
This is so
we're not saying that there's a difference in wording or in the precedents that it sets, but if we are going to protect rights and not just like hide them away from being targeted, then we actually need to like do something that's more difficult to overturn than a House resolution.
Okay, so then how is what I read from the official government website different from the .org website that I just read? How is that different?
The Equal Rights Amendment does not protect gender identity or sexuality.
Thank you for the follow.
They are
That's not
not.
Oh, wait,
true
this is
according
spam,
to
isn't
what
it?
I just read from the official government.
No, they're two
website.
different. The Equality Act is different from the Equal Rights Amendment. These are two completely different things. They are
How?
different.
Then
How?
explain it. Explain it. Look, I'm a
Okay,
layman.
I just explained it like 3 different times before.
Look,
I explained it like 100 times.
No.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, Section 1 of the Equal Rights Amendment is one sentence. 1. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state on account of sex. That's it. That's all it says. It's not complicated.
Wait, did you
get
just
into
read
some weird weeds that you don't need to get into.
Dissident Tower, DT.
sections.
Hold on.
Yeah.
DT, did you just read that from?
I just read it directly. No, that's directly from that. That is the Equal Rights Amendment. It's in 3 parts. There's 3 sections.
From the ER.
The
From the
ER
ER
is 3 sentences, man. 3 sentences and 3 sections.
Can you send me that, DT? I would appreciate because
sure
I got sent this shit from the equalrightsamendment.org website, and I'm
I don't know.
I'm
what you
kind
mean.
of lost. I'm
By
going to
the way,
be
there's a
honest. That's
second
why I've been
provision.
asking for clarification because I did my own research ahead of time, and now I'm finding out new information, and I only want to get to the truth. That's the only thing I care about.
I posted it in Discord.
There
I
is a
want to
second
create-
section
Wait,
to
in
this.
Discord.
I want to create a 9
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. There is a second section to this that says that this also gives Congress the power to actually enact this, which I don't know if that's available in the House resolution bill. I don't think the Congress can give themselves that power.
And just so everybody knows, I'm actually very happy right now. I hope you're happy too. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm only trying to understand the truth. That's all.
CTV, I love you, but you are managing to take up about half of the air in the room right now.
Well, you know what?
real
I'm a
quick,
big
no,
fucking man. All right.
Please. I want to create anti-the. Wanna chime in?
Who?
Yeah, me. Yeah, I don't. I'm not really gonna touch any of the stuff that CTV is going through right now. Have fun with that. But yeah, I just want to just bring focus into I think what Dissident Tower was saying onto how this affects. I think you mentioned affirmative action. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I just want to like move the conversation over. I think it's like a really hard sort of sell because I'm pretty sure in the 14th Amendment it mentions race, right? I'm not American, so
it says citizens. Period.
Citizens. Period. Okay. So wait, is there any race? Like, is there any amendment based on race?
It's all persons born or naturalized in the United States and are citizens wherein they reside, and then no person.
Section 1 of the 15th Amendment says the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States by any state on account of race, color, or previous conditions. So there is mention of race and color in the 15th.
And
But that's
DT,
only-
I'm
that's
waiting
only
for
in
that
voting
link in the Discord.
I put it. No, I just pasted the text of it.
Did you put it in the group Discord?
Yeah, I put it in the group Discord. No.
I don't see it.
It's in
It's
there.
right above my message where I say I'm going to go get pizza.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yo, that's a nice pizza.
Landmark.
Yo, that's
I
huge.
don't, I don't see the link into. Okay,
It's
now
not
I
a link,
see.
man.
Danabo got it.
Posted it. Look at that.
It's from the same website.
I
All
just
right.
look. I don't see it in the group chat. Like, chill out, people. I'm not trying to fucking get a got 'em. I'm only simply trying to fucking understand. And I'm half a jar in the moonshine and exercising an extreme amount of patience when it comes to understanding the complexity of this fucking argument. Mr.
Sure, the
Geek, go
patience
ahead.
is coming from us.
Yeah. I was gonna mention. I think like maybe one response to the idea of the
You're
amendment.
right. You're all smarter than me, and you're all having to exercise a much greater of patience necessary to be able to understand where I'm at. Understand that I represent every other layman that is bothering to fucking tune in to this fucking conversation at the time, and I have no problem telling everyone in the fucking room that what you're saying is not making any sense, and I'm just trying to understand. This is exactly where I try to bridge the gap.
Alright.
I'd actually
Everyone
like to debate the
understands where we're
point
at.
that CTV is like every other layman. I take issue with that.
Okay.
I think insofar as like
just try to. I'll just try to finish off my.
Hey,
I'll try to
Okay.
finish off my
I
point.
think that's on me. That's one rule that I forgot to precise, and that's on me. When I speak, it's on me to moderate. So when I speak, no one else speak, please. So with
True.
that being said, who wants to speak?
Yeah, I was speaking. I was gonna
All
mention.
right,
Yeah.
Anti-Zach, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So in regards to eliminating affirmative action programs, I think there's a sort of argument to be made that sure it might eliminate affirmative action programs, but it also, if we're going to go through like an accelerationist position, I think it might force parties to try to do more, try to affect these issues at the source rather than try to affect these issues at the source rather than the outcome. So instead of affirmative action, we might have, say, like certain policies which affect, say, which try to incentivize women to take higher paying jobs, or we might have better minimum wage standards, etc., etc. Like, it's sure we might it's a bit of a slip up in the short term in terms of affirmative action, but that might pressure governments to take more quote unquote radical action in this case. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Maybe that's like a avenue for change.
It seems like a heavy hammer to do that by just like by setting it up to be eliminated by the court
Okay,
system.
real quick, I gotta point out, I just went to
Then start from scratch.
equalrightsamendment.org/FAQ, and it doesn't give me the actual text of what's being said, which is inherently different from what it is that I looked up ahead of time before I got here. So I want to understand where everybody is at. So Ninetales, since I feel like that you are probably, based upon the amount of argumentation that has been made, to be the most qualified to make this thing, will you please, honey, look at me. Will you please send me the link to what the Equal Rights Amendment thing that you are posting?
I'm not
You will
going off of a link.
You will
What are you
send
talking
it
about?
to me, please,
I don't
so
have
that I
links
can
for you.
understand, because I don't.
I think
I
it has
just
been posted many times at this point. Like, can we please move on?
it
from
hasn't.
this?
Yes, please.
Look,
We've
it
said it
hasn't.
May
It
I
hasn't.
actually?
It
Ninetales,
actually
go
hasn't,
ahead.
because it hasn't refuted any part of the official government
Thank you for the
fucking
follow,
website that
QXDXA.
I posted myself. If you want to give me a third-party entity that is not, in fact, the government, then I don't know what the fuck you want me to do with that. But whenever I post an official government website, which is exactly how all of us bothering to have
It's a
this
very yummy
fucking
pizza.
conversation has to do, right, is with the government and not just our own personal feelings here, because it's the, in fact, hippy dippy, and we want the truth through emotion to be heard.
Okay.
Tell me what what the government fucking says, because I posted a government website and I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
CTV.
And it's been half an hour of this .org bullshit.
Ninetales, go ahead.
Also, okay. I was gonna ask a question, but that's fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to push back on the idea that this is going to like remove protections and stuff like that. First of all, I think there was a wording change partway through before it was ratified, where they actually said that like this will not overturn protections, like the majority of protections that do discriminate, for one thing. And the idea that women are now going to have to do labor that they didn't do before is preposterous, because sure, there are crappy bosses out there who make people do things that are out of their realm, but women aren't children. We don't have to treat them like they can't actually lift the same amount as a man. And I don't want to go down this route of this discussion, but we need to stop assuming that a woman can't do a man's job. That's an outdated trope, and it's time to get over that. And as far as like women getting drafted into the military service, which actually is the best point from the detractors from that time, we just need to get rid of the draft, because the draft is ridiculous.
Wait a second.
I don't actually disagree with that at all.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. We got in. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. We got into a totally different level of argument when it comes to getting rid of the draft versus whether or not we got rid of the draft for men and women, right? Like, in reality, if you're going to be sitting here arguing for equal rights for men and women, then obviously women hold just as much of a weight to play when it comes to the equal defense of the nation versus men.
I also disagree with that.
No,
Sure,
you don't.
but, like-
You can disagree with that, but it doesn't make it any less untrue whenever the parties that have been arguing for
I'm happy to
equal
argue the
rights want, in fact, equal rights. And it would be smart for you not
No,
to argue
I'm-
against that because that would crush you.
No, I don't
Okay?
think so. I
So,
don't.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
because
Yeah,
of
you're
that,
not
hold
gonna
on.
crush anyone.
I tell
I
you,
mean, you're already crushed.
hold
man.
on,
I mean,
hold on. Look, I promise you, I'm getting ready to go take a pee break. You'll all have 20 minutes without me saying a fucking thing. 20 minutes.
The alcohol content of
on?
CTV's toilet bowl is about to go to 50%.
I have a clarifying question for CTV. CTV, I have a clarifying question.
In a minute. Hold on. In a minute, make sure you write it down. Because the reality is that if you are going to, in fact, argue for equal rights, like has been since the 60s, then don't cry whenever the draft comes your way and it's applied equally across the board, which as it should be by your own arguments.
No, I'm happy to argue.
Men and women should. If you're having a reaction, then clearly you need to fucking be patient.
Actually, everyone's just trying to talk over me when you're responding to me, so I want a chance to respond back to you. That's all I'm trying to do.
You're right.
Look.
Thank you. So yeah, this all assumes that the draft is okay to begin with. What I'm saying is that the draft isn't okay under any circumstances. So we don't need equal rights protection for it. We need no protection for the
So
draft.
then, who is it that needs to defend the country against other outside forces?
Voluntary soldiers, soldiers who volunteer to do so.
Right, and if no soldiers volunteer, do you not agree that at some point, as a socialist, which I know that you would, agree that the government would need to have some way to be able to fight against this thing, that there should in fact be a draft, which is exactly where we get to the legal arguments of this
I think you're increasing the bounds of this conversation.
Democracy. Yeah, but I'm still in favor of democracy, so I think people should be able to vote with whether or not they choose to volunteer to be a part of the draft or not.
I think this conversation is outside of the realm of what we're trying to discuss here, so we should probably try to focus on to you know what we were talking about.
I think I think that's fair enough. I'm taking a pee break.
Yeah, that's
CTV, wait.
You son of a bitch! Don't do that. God damn! What is wrong with you, my dude? Oh my god! All right. Is there some relevant point we can actually get back to? I don't remember where the fuck we were.
I think
I have no idea.
I might elect the point that I was trying to like further this conversation to is I think Ninetales was going over as well, is whether this amendment affects labor protections for women and affirmative action. In one respect, I provided a counter argument where sure it might do that, but it might lead to better outcomes in the future through trying to like attack these issues at the cause rather than using affirmative action. And then at least in my view, when it comes to race issues, I'm not too sure about affirmative action when it comes to women's issues or the gender divide. At least in race issues, I think that affirmative action is very much like a very thin band-aid to the issues that black people go through. And I'm not sure whether that applies to gender in this case, but I think we can branch this discussion. Oh, sex, sorry. My bad. Yeah, my apologies. But that's basically what I'm trying to lean this discussion into this sort of realm. So yes. Yeah, that's my argument. So it's accelerationism in the sense of, oh, well, maybe this is going to incentivize governments, I'm going to say Democrats or whatever, to give more rights to try to fight for better welfare policies or things such as in that respect to, get rid of, say, the gender wage gap or any other issues that women might face in the workplaces today.
Ninetales, go.
Yeah. Any response? Any responders?
What did I do?
Well, he was largely addressing you, so I'm hoping that you can go. And then
I'm just saying, like, if you have any thoughts on that, because so
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily.
I know
don't-
you're not
I didn't
necessarily
take any
disagreeing
issue
with
with
me.
anything they said. Yeah, I didn't take any issue with anything you said. Definitely, affirmative action is a band-aid solution. Is it better to have affirmative action and everything else we can get? Yes, but if it does end up conflicting with equal rights, then we have to make some considerations.
Yeah, it's an important point. Is that the ERA doesn't address race, gender, sexual orientation, or anything of the sort. It just says sex. It's kind of outdated. I mean, the world was a lot different. In
Yeah,
1920,
that's also
right?
something I thought about.
I mean, that's my basic point here. Is I just think it's not relevant anymore. It doesn't actually address like real concerns that like real Americans and it's a constantly changing, ever forward to the future society is really worried about.
Yeah,
I mean,
so like
I
the
think.
top.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
Do you want me to? Or?
I just want to quickly point out that like it's outdated because of when it came out and because of when the states ratified this stuff. We can't suddenly change this now and have say all those states still ratify it. We kind of need to keep it the way it is if we're going to be able to push it through the House. I do hope that if we like say this gets passed, that there are further amendments to it, which we can obviously do. And it's sad to think like yeah we have to do that, but it's still better than nothing.
Yeah, we would have to backpedal just so much stuff. I mean, that's my basic.
I don't think
thing.
that's backpedaling though.
I think it kind of. Well, I mean, I'm kind of going by what Antizer was saying, which is not entirely, it's perceptive. Is yeah, it would be accelerationism. Is it would put everything back up for debate all over again. Where my tack is I'm not a feminist. I mean, I'm a man. I'm not that stupid. That would be rather arrogant of me. But many feminists are. I mean, they're sort of watchword. The feminists that are against the ERA. I mean, I think it's specific bills for specific ills, and that's not a bad way to look at it, right? I mean, that because if we're going to tailor things, okay.
Well,
what they're saying.
That's the solution they
you
want.
don't need the ERA because their solution is specific bills for specific bills. I mean, otherwise things like say WIC, right? I mean, WIC is women and infant children. So now, I mean, that you basically put yourself up for debate about whether or not that's legal at all because it specifically says sex, women, right? Or at least that's the way that people are going to put it up in front of the bar. And we can debate about men, women, and their differences and all we want. But still, I mean, it still puts all those things in danger all over again that have already been hard fought for.
Yeah, but some of those things are outdated to begin with as well, and a lot of those things were put in place. A lot of those things were put in place because of the lack of rights that were here to begin with. So I think actually in more ways than it challenges these things, it reinforces a lot of these things. So we have.
All right.
I mean, I don't need to keep going. It's fine.
Also, there's other people who haven't talked yet. So.
CTV, you still got 13 minutes. I'm timing it.
No, I just look like at some point
13.
when it comes when it
13.
Like,
Shut
look,
it down. Shut it down.
I got 13 fucking minutes to own this shit, but I only need a few, right? So then because I'm not trying to own the whole shit. I'm not. I ask simple questions to be able to get complex answers back.
You're muted.
From the.
Sorry, no, that's me. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm muting because like I was muted. I was speaking. No, I want to hear from other people for now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, CCB. I want to
Katsue
hear
is
from
my
other people.
Tiberius sensei.
Yeah. Who wants to go? Maya, go ahead.
I think Dissident Tower actually makes some pretty good points. The Equal Rights Amendment was thought of during a time where it was really needed. But since then, we never got it, and many other laws came in its place, right? And lots of those laws are very positive, and a lot of them could possibly be struck down under this new amendment. So I think a better thing to do with this amendment would be to like try to include other things instead of just sex, right? Include sexuality and gender. I think those issues are way more important right now because they're way more discriminated against than sex. There are definitely still problems with sex, but I don't think the Equal Rights Amendment is necessarily the best way to go about it.
Yeah, there's. Oh, sorry. Anyone else want to talk? This is one thing I want to mention, and then.
Question. I just have like a problem with pragmatic. Like, what does discrimination based on sexual orientation look like?
Well, this is based on sex.
It would-
No, it's not sex.
No,
not,
I was
I mean,
like,
like,
I was saying that. I think.
what
Oh.
think he's
Maya was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. It would mainly be that you discriminate against someone because of their sexual orientation, right? Like, there's a difference between being like, no. I mean, like, if someone comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, I want a job."
Thank you for the
Yeah.
follow.
Hey, are you
Oh.
gay? Are you one of
Okay.
those? You're like,
I'm
yeah.
getting
And they
followed by
fire
the
you.
pug.
That's discrimination, right?
Wait, isn't that already like under protected classes?
Yeah, but it could always use a bit more protection as an amendment, right? That an amendment kind of makes it so that it is a part of our legal identity, right? There's a difference between a law and a part of our constitution.
But it's already a part of legal identity. Like that's what the law is for. Like, is there any additional protection that this like bill, like in pragmatics, like is there any protection that this bill grants?
It's a lot harder to take away.
Yeah.
And it's also the idea, the difference between like say a bill and a constitutional amendment is that a bill can be superseded by any new by a court or any new piece of legislation, while it's a lot harder to change the constitution. And the thing is, like, that's why I say like I think Article 14, Amendment 14, the 14th one amendment, yeah, like that's important because like it covers like it can be interpreted to, you know, to shoot down some laws which people might see as discriminatory. And the argument that people who say support the ERA say is that the reason why it's important to have this amendment passed is because the 14th Amendment doesn't cover it. Bills can be changed, and in general, it's just like a good thing for society to have. Like that's like the three main arguments I think people favor. So if I can explain it, that explains everything.
Okay, am I muted? Gotta check.
You're fine.
You're not. You're fine.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted, like, not pushing back on what Maya said, but I do appreciate the idea that there's multiple options. The only reason I'm a proponent of actually getting this passed and then doing the extra amendments on it is because this is possible to pass. We know we can pass this, and then once we pass this, it might even be easier to pass the next step. Whereas if we change this, then we have to get all of the states to come back on board again. None of it's considered ratified like it used to be, because we can't say that those states still agree with that, and we have all sorts of problems with passing it. I think getting this through the door and being sure that we can pass it, and then doing the next steps is just more reliable than trying to redo the whole thing, get it re-ratified by all these states, and then hoping it gets passed.
Has anyone heard of the Hayden Rider? Oh, Maya, I think you're muted.
Oh, I was gonna just say, like, I definitely agree with what you're saying. What I was saying before was more so trying to extend an olive branch to Tower, because I definitely see that there are some legitimate points there, and I think it should be acknowledged as such.
Has anyone heard of the Hayden Rider? So essentially, I think it's during this time, I think people who agreed with Tower on the idea of affirmative action and, you know, labor protection being taken away, they added, or I think there was some senator named Hayden or whatever, they added a certain second clause to it. It says, the equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on any account of sex. The provisions of this article shall not be construed to impair any rights, benefits, or exemptions now or hereafter conferred by law upon persons of the female sex. So essentially, it's saying that they're equal, but they still have certain provisions given to them by law. Anyone have any thoughts about that? Is that like fine or?
Yeah, I think that's a good, like, that points to it. I think it helps remove some of the worry that some people might have, or critiques that it's going to lead to some, like, you know, specific sex-based laws to being repealed. In addition to the fact that, like, we have things like the Civil Rights Act specifically says, like, you know, you can't discriminate based on, you know, anything really. And we still have things like affirmative action, that there's not like it's not going to prevent that from happening, I guess, if we were looking at precedent itself too. So
That's fair.
I don't think there's really a fear there of, like, just because it says equality and stuff does not mean we can also have, like, equitable laws, if that makes sense.
So
right? Isn't that not prohibit the other?
So your argument is that, sure, even if this if this amendment passes, there would still be, like, say, affirmative action for women, because
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that it would, like, especially when you already have like I don't know.
Also,
that's what
Tiberius, you haven't spoken in ages. Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been trying to just figure out where this was going to go, and usually somebody beats me to the punch on, like, the questions that are had. My big thing is like, if we actually pass this, what would actually happen? And I thought dissidents actually brought up some pretty good things. I don't know, would conservatives actually go out and be like, well, we're going to strike down all these laws that used to be in the case because of equality, just as a rub, maybe as a snub. I don't know. This can weaponize sex in a way, and I do give that.
Oh, it absolutely does.
And goddamn, if we haven't weaponized enough as it is, can we stop weaponizing everything? That'd be great.
Wait, what does this weaponization look like? Like, what is the actual action taking place?
I don't remember the last time I was shot with a penis.
Okay, so I'm just thinking of this, right? Let's assume that there are people within one party or another that are sexist or misogynist as fuck, right? You want to piss off the other party or piss off their voter base. What do? You start striking down laws that are, either equality driven or, if you will, that are affirmative action to actively target their voter base. Because if you're trying to help out somebody and you don't like those people, what do? You actively target the laws that help them.
Here's a fun thought too.
Okay, look.
We
Hold
do
on.
not have to revisit the whole segregated bathrooms thing, and no one wants to do that.
For a fucking
I
while.
don't think segregated bathrooms mean.
I've been
inherently-
No one wants to do that.
Hold on, I'm the co-host of this fucking show, and I've been
Well, I wanna
segregated
do that, but other people
for a
don't wanna do
while.
We heard you for the first half hour. It was only
You know fucking shit, Mr. Geek. The reality here is that I've been driving the conversation. So from there,
No.
Yes.
I think me and Ninetales have been.
If you don't agree,
Wait,
go
does
back and-
obfuscating the conversation count as driving it?
Yes.
No.
CTV, have you played Sea of Thieves?
No, not Sea. I have played
Dick
Sea of
fit in your
Thieves for a
mouth.
minute.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I have played Sea of Thieves for a moment in order to realize that it is basically an irrelevant game because, at least from my perspective, I've actually served on boats, and there's no reason for me to see the surface of the world from a target's perspective. And if you don't understand that, I guess you need to be a submariner. So from there, sit here and listen to every single argument that's been made. I gave an official government website to begin with in order to understand this thing. And then from there, I mean, because like the government website was pretty clear, right? It was so clear, in fact, that what it said was that we should not be discriminating against gender identity, sexual orientation, right? And like, why would you want to be discriminating along these lines anyway? Is what, like, frankly, I don't understand, which is where, like, you would find me an advocate on the left.
CTV, I sent a proposed amendment to the Constitution of the United States by the GPO.
Oh my god.
So this,
All right,
so that I
No,
guess
we're not going back into this.
Yeah.
We're
I just
not
said
going
that
into
too.
this.
I
We're
don't
going
want to go back
closing
into
statements.
this.
You're
I
going
don't-
back into it.
We're going into closing statement right now.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry, and we're gonna go into the fun topic. I'm starting to tap out, and yeah. Anyway, we're going to go into the last topic of the night, which is. Give me a sec.
Are we going to do closing statements?
Oh yeah, closing statement. Sorry.
All good.
Again, like I said, I just tapped out. All right. Well, you know what? You suggested it. You go.
Yeah, so my closing statement is that I'm honestly unsure on whether we should pass this piece of legislation or not. I think that the small amount of proper discussion we had were illuminating, especially what Dissident Tower mentioned with affirmative action, so thank you to him. Of course, there are a few road bumps in the way. It happens, you know. But generally, I had a pretty good time. I think the mentions of whether this bill is you know, as applicable for contemporary America is, you know, a poignant one. We should be like thinking about these things. We should also be thinking about, say, other spheres of, you know, it's going to sound cringe, but oppression or whatever that we might want to address through constitution amendments. So that might be gender, sexuality, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, but yeah, I think all in all, this conversation was an interesting one. Maybe not the best, but hey, you know, we can always have like more conversations in the future. So I throw it to the wonderful panelists today.
True.
Okay, I
going
did
to
did better than I thought.
Maya.
I'm near the end.
Yeah,
Got
I
control
thought
of the
this was-
conversation.
No shit. Oh god damn it.
Oh.
Fuck. I accidentally closed out of the tab again while I was closing out of all the other ones.
Oh.
1 second.
That's okay.
But while we're wait, give it to someone else while I pull it back up.
All right, no problem. I'm going to Fred to send the rules.
Yeah, I think that it's important to, because it's like Ninetales said so many times, it's it's not the final solution, right? But it's a great stepping stone for, and we're already basically there. It's pretty easy to ratify it at this point. We just need to extend the deadline and I think get one more state. Some states, like 15 states, already have an equivalent kind of protection in the state constitution, but that hasn't changed the fact that we have like affirmative action in those states or like specific other things. And I understand that this had some good points bringing up about like the effect of this kind of thing on like specific laws, but I think based on the fact that these amendments already kind of exist in other states like Washington State, Colorado, Oregon, and that hasn't changed that effectively, I don't think it's really a big fear. But yeah, I appreciated the conversation and thanks for making good points, everyone.
All right, Maya, you're back with us.
Yeah. I think from this conversation, the most important thing we need to remember is that there's a big difference between the Equal Rights Amendment and Equality Act. Other than that, I think Dissonant Tower actually made some good points about like the effect of the law or the amendment on affirmative action and things like that. I'd be interested to see how that plays out in court if the amendment actually happens. But I'm generally just in the middle, right? I think it's a good thing, but I also think it'd be better to focus on other groups.
All right, I'm going to Fred to cut save.
Yo, so in short, WHTO TF cares. I don't. The best argument for this is like increases protection, but I don't see any totalitarian dictator trying to overthrow the ERA anytime soon. So I don't care.
All right, I'm going to Fred to Ninetales.
I think. Okay, can you hear me? I have to keep switching between programs to know if I'm muted, and I'm not. Yeah. So based on popular demand, the ERA is obviously something that we should have. It needs to be protected in its own right from politicking that happens from one generation to the next. So those are the key points. And in response to Cut Sleeve, I just want to say Trump was just in office. So you can say that you don't see that, but I do.
All right, I'm going to Fred to Dissident Tower.
Okay, so my main point is that it's just outdated. Okay, I don't have a problem with women's rights or really rights for anybody whatsoever. I just don't think that it really addresses if what, and I think a good leftist would agree with, is that the universality of human rights. It doesn't do this. All it does is just address men and women. It does nothing for races. It does nothing for genders. It does nothing about all the changing things that are in our society. So it's outdated, really, is if that's what we're looking for. And I don't think that it's out of reach at all to do this. The ERA is incredibly popular. I mean, it's like what 94% of people polled believe that it's a great and fine thing. I mean, that's pretty telling. The 94% are not all people who are leftist liberals. Let's be real. And I think that one of the I think the only really great parts about the ERA, at least right now, is that it hasn't been passed. Instead, it's been debated and debated and debated and debated over decades. And over those decades, it has changed laws and like the discourse around laws that are surrounding protections for men, women, Black, Hispanic, whatever. It's changed these laws in an extremely positive way. Could it be passed? Yeah. Okay. Is that a good thing? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure that it'll do a lot of the things that people want it to, without a lot of extra legislation coming down the road after a while, undoing a lot of legislation and accomplishments that have already been made. So I mean that's really my point.
All right, I'm going to Fred to Tiberius.
All right, sure. Excuse me. I think there's more of a consensus here than there is like a separation. I'm sure there's like some nitty-gritty details, but I think we all largely on the same page. I think the real question with what was discussed is largely, let's assume that this goes into a constitutional amendment and it's formally ratified. What's the outcomes that have there? And my whole thing here is I think this is a very good opportunity for a litmus test on what our society actually does value. Because if we actually say that we do value human rights on an equal playing field for all people, what does that turn into exactly? Because does that mean that you can't have, that you can't have things like affirmative action or specific protections for women if that is in violation of equality? There's some people that will argue that. On the other side of that is what will eventually happen in the event. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I think it's a great litmus test. I want to see where this actually goes because I want to know that with those people that do actively say they want equality, how far does that go? If you actually do see differences in outcomes, are you willing to change out protections to have that? And that is kind of the spirit of the law conversation that I find very interesting. What with that?
All right. I think everyone went. So yeah. Let's go into the next topic. Okay, this one I think is going to. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot.
Recognizing me. Until he fucking recognize. Look, motherfucking Mr. Geek, how you gonna forget me?
What's up, Freems?
Freems in the house.
Freems in
Look,
the house.
hold on, Freems, I love you, brother. No doubt, West Virginia moonshine. Ooh, you know North Carolina loves it. Now, Mr. Geek, Frenchman, how are you going to forget that you decided to server mute CTV whenever the only point that I was making is that, in fact, I pointed out a Congress.gov website for my point, and it was .org or organization websites that were being used to refute against it. And this is where it's my closing fucking statement. Everything in my fucking statement has been true because it's been spoken from the official government website. Why is it that we need to understand these things? Because it's the government that controls this fucking language whenever they decide. And trust me, depending on the issue that you've been waiting on, you've been waiting for a long fucking time for the government to decide that you and your issue were important enough to fucking address. And that's the reality of the situation that we're facing. So, which is why I keep the conversation to government websites. You can post a .org as a philosophical talking point, but in reality, the only reason why, unless it's just your local community where you're just getting along with people, you know, like we're going to the pool. I'm wearing a Speedo. You're wearing swimming trunks. I wear Speedos for this reason. You wear swimming trunks for this reason. Okay. We understand each other. I'm not going to stop wearing a Speedo, and you're not going to stop wearing a swimming trunk out fucking standing. Right, we understand each other. There's no reason to talk about it further. Enjoy seeing my sexy ass in a Speedo. That's where I'm at with it.
Can I wear a ghillie suit to the? Can I wear a ghillie? Can I wear a ghillie suit to the pool?
Wait, is this not my closing statement? I just listened to everybody else.
I thought we were moving on. My bad.
No, closing statement. Oh, so Mr. Geek, look, I get the inclination to server mute your co-host, right? I understand. But in reality, I have been the person most on point with every single argument made along the way because I've kept it along governmental lines.
Your point was the inability to understand things, CTV. I don't know how on point that is.
The fact of the matter is that when you're pointing out third-party entities rather than the actual government, which is exactly what I pointed out, that's exactly where your argument breaks down. So if you can't make that argument, that is incumbent upon you and not incumbent upon the government, which is exactly where I'm arguing from. Anything else?
I don't know. Last
Yeah,
time
no,
I
but
checked,
I'm
average
actually
simulator
not-
knows the difference between a law and
Last
an amendment.
topic. Last topic.
Last
I
topic.
forgot.
I'm good.
I
I'm good
forgot.
with that, Mr. Geek. Take it away.
Last topic. Sorry. All right. This show was brought to you by Danabo. I just want to make that 100%.
You don't know what to think about
Not
that.
my
fucking
fault.
Let's
guy.
go.
Not my
The
fault.
guy's been teasing me all week with good fucking topics, and I end up arguing the government versus .org topics for the last like half an hour. Right, Danabo? Jesus, okay.
Okay. Like I said, this topic was brought to you by Danabo. This panel was brought to you by Danabo. No, for real. He's doing an amazing work behind the scenes, so yeah, go support him. And with that being said, we're going to jump into the next topic. I don't know how well this one is going to go, but I have a high hope. Is a thumb a finger? All right. Is a thumb a finger? All right. I'm going to try to cut slip.
Is a thumb a finger?
Yes. That's the question.
All right, so either A, I have 8 fingers on my hand, or B, a thumb's a finger. But okay, secondly, if I have 10 thumbs on my hand, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say he has a disability, and I'm gonna ask, what's the disability? You're gonna be, he has too many. Oh wait, it's not a finger. He has too many meat slabs on his wrist. I don't know what an argument is that a thumb is not a finger. Is the first toe not a toe because it's big or something? I don't know. Because the same reason you would give that a thumb is not a finger is the same reason you'd give that the first toe on your foot is not actually a toe. They both sound really stupid. So my question to any opposers, because I know there's going to be one contrarian in here. Why a thumb is not a finger? What is it? What is it?
I just love that you said opposers about a thumb.
All right. I want to phrase, and also sorry about that. I forgot to do the introduction. Frames, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
Doing. Yeah. So yeah, introduce yourself. Tell people.
What's up, everyone? I'm Frames. I'm a political streamer. Twitch.tv
True
/
Polar
Frames.
Knights. That is a good.
You can usually catch me trolling in people's chats. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I stream 4 days a week.
All right. So yeah, what's your take on this? Is a thumb
I
a
feel like
finger?
the fact that we say that we have 10 fingers is actually a failure on grammar. I don't think a thumb is different enough from the fingers to be something else because there's a lot you can't do without your thumb. Or at least it would be much harder to do, I should say. That's why I think the distinction between thumb and finger is important.
All right.
So I'll be the one contrarian, I guess, that they were referring to.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to phrase to Maya.
Yeah. You know what? The thumb is a finger. I don't care about all these like weird epistemic arguments. Oh, well, actually, it's opposable and it moves like this. Who cares? All right. We use it as a finger. It's on our finger holster, right? It's a finger, right? This is called a pinky. Are we now going to say pinkies aren't fingers? Oh, it's a pinky. It's not actually a finger. Come on, grow up. That's third grade arguments. Let's get real. All right. That's all that has to be said.
Oh, I gotta take notes. This is ridiculous.
All right. I'm going to phrase to Antiza.
Yeah, so I agree with Maya, but also I want to say a secondary argument one might say is that some people have a sixth quote unquote finger. If we're going by, this general logic that some people would like to use, is that sixth quote unquote finger an actual finger if they can oppose it, right? So by that logic, in the sense of if the sixth finger is a finger, I could say that the thumb is a finger, and that is my case.
All right, Dissident Tower. I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. If I was to argue from a position of authority as a scientist person, then yeah, your thumb is your first finger. But I more think of it as a voter, right?
All right. Sorry, who didn't go so far? All right, send the rules.
Yeah, I think the thumb is effectively a finger. It just has different uses and stuff. And it's how every finger has different, things you can do with it. The thumb is just the chode finger. It's a little bit different looking, but it still has a use. And you can't grab a lot of things out of thumb. It's very important. But I think it still is a
chode finger.
All right. Did I forget anyone?
You forgot me.
Oh, sorry, Ninetales. Go ahead.
And I think you forgot Tiberius too. So yeah. So yeah, there's obviously the colloquial way of doing things, and if I told someone I hurt my finger, they'd actually might not assume the thumb first. They'd probably assume that last. So how society handles the definition is not how I think the facts actually are, and that's common, so that's okay. But the actual factual definition is that the definition of a finger, and yes, I looked it up because I'm super serious sciencey like that, is that it's a slender jointed appendage attached to the hand, and that is what a thumb is. And secondly, I don't think that we should discriminate against thumbs because, we're not discriminating against body parts based on structure. I am double jointed. I'm very double jointed, actually. And I don't think I have any, I don't think my fingers are less of a finger than a non double jointed person. So we're not using structure or function to describe these things. We're using what they're attached to.
All right, and Tiberius.
Yeah, Ninetales stole my thunder a little bit there. Finger, noun, each of the 4 slender jointed parts attached to either hand, or 5 if the thumb is included. So by definition, it's up to you. Are we done yet?
Can I introduce? Is it possible to introduce a little mini question, Mr. Geek?
All right, I got some people to answer to too whenever you're done. By the way.
All right, this is somewhat related to appendages. Would you rather have a penis for your fingers, so 5 individual penises, or a finger for a penis?
No.
What is this question? Why am I here right now?
No. We're going back on track. I'm sorry. Nothing happened. Prince, go ahead.
All right, so I can go now?
Yeah.
All right, first off, is it Maya?
Yeah.
Is that you?
What's up?
You said that it does things fingers do, but it also does things that fingers do not do. Like, it allows you to do things that your other fingers do not help you do. Like, as far as like gripping things, imagine trying to play a video game with a standard controller without a thumb, sweeping your floor. Actually, what I'd like you to do is tape your thumb to your hand and go try to perform just basic activities. I would like to see how far you get without it. But then tape your pinky to your hand and realize I can still do everything I could do before. That's why it's completely different.
No, if you get a butter knife and a steak knife, they do different things. They look different. They still both knives, They're still knives.
This conversation.
Yeah, you know what's funny about those knives? You know what's
so
funny about
fast.
those knives? It's a lot harder to use those. So we'll bring up the ableism thing again. Try using both of those knives without your thumb. I know that doesn't really matter, but
You can't use an analogy to bring in the thumb in.
Yeah, and just because we live in a world that's made for people with thumbs doesn't mean that it's impossible to live in a world with for people made without thumbs.
For sure, yeah, I do agree. They do make things to help people in those situations for sure. I'm talking about like standard objects. Then we had Dissident Tower wanting us to appeal to authority because you're a scientist, I guess. But scientists don't all agree on this. I had the benefit of looking this up beforehand. Hate to leak that behind the scenes. Hopefully Dana Bo isn't mad. But scientists do not all agree that a thumb is a finger, especially country to country. So that's another thing.
Here's a reality situation.
Oh, gosh.
And I swear to God, Mr. Geek, me and you need to have a conversation behind scenes before we start the next show. Do you understand me, sir?
Indeed, we do.
Okay, I'm glad we understand each other. Frames!
What's up, buddy?
The
Sorry, I was
reality,
muted
buddy.
earlier.
I love you. You know I got nothing but love for you. Look, I'm sitting here having a drink Old Smoky Moonshine. I don't have any of your good stuff that you told me about before. It is what it is, but I'm going to be honest with you. This apple pie really has me going where I need to go. Now, that being said, if it was not a finger, then why is it on my hand?
So, okay, here's the thing. From what I've read from another scientist, that all of these are digits. These are fingers. Just because we say I have 10 fingers doesn't mean that we have 10 fingers. And honestly, I think the reason people say that we have 10 fingers is because they use our fingers to count, and it's to help people count to 10. That's why they started calling all of them fingers. But they are all digits. That is one thing that almost everyone agrees with across the board.
Okay, so while I can agree that they're all digits, why is it that you can't agree that they're all fingers?
Because they're not.
No, not. You
be
saying that
honest,
they're
this is kind of
not
a
does
boring
not
conversation.
explain to me as a
The
rational
finger
human
question?
being
Yeah.
trying to understand your point of view.
Because because
I'm
you're
gonna deafen for a bit. Oh my
very
god. Actually, I'll do it later.
specific things that it does that none of your other fingers do. Like
Your
none of your other fingers have.
Hold on, slow
No,
down.
hold on. No, let me, no,
slow
because
down.
this goes to the same
Hold
point.
on, hold on.
This goes-
Understand where I'm at because I'm the one trying to
I know
understand.
where you're at. You're like
No,
three-quarters
you
of a
don't
plate
know
to a
where
bottle
I'm
of
at.
fucking moonshine.
You don't know where I'm at. I'm 3/4 of the way into this bottle of moonshine and still able to follow you, sir. So,
I think you've been able to follow this entire conversation.
I know. Hold on, Freems. I love you. You know I do. You know I do.
CTV,
West
pick up a new bottle
Virginia.
opener. Look at my bottle opener.
I'm with you, brother. So explain to me.
My grandma bought me that.
Nice. So explain to me, why is it that I should choose that there be a distinction between the words of fingers and digits? Because that's where we're at right now. Understand where we're at right now. We are at a commonality of fingers and digits. Why should I understand a difference
I
in
like
words?
CTV.
Go ahead.
In the first conversation,
Alright.
it was kind of boring.
Because
But in the
I feel like
in
the
this one, it's just
distinction
whatever.
that
In the
they
fun
all come
topics
off
is
your
alright.
hand is the fair reason to call them digits.
Mr. Bacon,
But I
it
feel like your
is
thumb does
a
enough different things
debate panel
for it to get its own distinction
we just
from your
passed
other
through the,
four
I don't know if
fingers.
I'm,
What?
we just passed through the fun top. We went through one fun topic and one serious topic, and now we're on the third topic, which is the fun topic about whether fingers should be thumbs or something like that.
Fact for you to explain it to not only
Thank you for the follow, by the way.
myself, but to everyone else that is listening, right? Because understand, we are in fact on stream, and we have millions upon millions of CTV's fans tuning in, right, to what's going on right now. Millions.
The fuck,
okay?
did you add an exponent to that? What
Hello,
the
CTV
hell?
fans.
Million?
Tiberius, look, just
Million?
because you only have tens of
Listen, I
tens
will-
of CTV fans doesn't mean that you get to like.
Hey, look, dude. You
I will
take
be
the
not made to
tab,
explain
I'll take the
anything to
lead,
an ice
you know?
cream
I'm
liquor.
100% okay with that.
I just want to
I-
thank CTV for answering the question, how drunk is too drunk on Twitter?
Babe.
And clearly, this is not enough frames.
You sound
Because-
like the Jeff Fox where they have fingers right now. It's
Hold
like
on.
it might be a thumb.
No. The reality is that Tiberius or Ninetails made a point that was even clear enough to be able to be overheard by each other. Frames, if you would please.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I don't know where I'm at anymore, dude. Honestly, listen. I got
What do you
secondhand.
mean? I gave you so much fucking time to know where you were at.
What you gave me was secondhand drunkenness because I have no clue where the fuck we are in this conversation. Holy shit!
Jesus Christ, where we are at? Hold on, I'll tell you exactly where we're at.
Break it down.
Okay,
break it down.
Jesus Christ, and I'm the one that's 3/4 of the way into this bottle of moonshine.
That's the issue. That's the issue
Wait.
here.
I need to Uber Eats some food, man. Fuck. Any donuts so I can Uber Eats food?
Else, that's what I'm trying to. Okay.
Hey, now you're just being mean by telling him that. By the way.
Let's all be real.
Hello,
I'm gonna
Tiberius.
rank
I'm kind of
that we're gonna have
disengaged from this
CTV on
conversation.
This show,
This
while
is
we're
kinda
talking
boring.
about such an important subject, when he's so drunk, it's just not
Important
appropriate.
subject.
When we're
I
talking
know.
about real issues like our thumbs, fingers, I don't think it's the right place for him to be so drunk. I'll be honest.
I got a serious question for Freems though, because I'm curious. If we are giving things with special functions named, do I get special names for these? And yes, please, please
stop
cringe
doing
Tiberius.
that.
Please, I'm doing it because Tiberius loves it so much.
Oh, do it again.
Why do you hate me so much?
I had another.
I actually got to
I gotta
stretch my
fix
other
my
side.
camera,
Too.
so
I don't
hold on.
stretch them out properly. Get one side gets all like blue.
I guess my camera froze for some people, so I gotta leave real quick.
Good.
Let's do this. Don't I turn it off and back on?
Hey, fantastic.
Someone else said something like, if you have like a sixth digit, it depends on what that digit does. If it's on the end and comes in this way and helps you grip and everything, I would call it I wouldn't call it a six finger. I would call it a second thumb.
That's fair.
It does depend on the way in which it grips, right?
Yeah.
So I
One might say the
I'm
gorilla
totally
grip.
fine. So I should be totally fine then to call my fingers super fingers.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
that was actually Super Fingers was my dancer name.
Yeah, but hold on, right? Like it can definitely be argued against, right? Like just not having a thumb, and clarify if I am untrue because I only want to be as true as possible, right? If I'm not being true to being called super thumbs, which is the implication that there are no thumbs, right? Which, let's be frank, requires a lot more implication of wraparound, right? Look at me.
I can touch
Look
my own
at
wrist.
me.
That should count.
Right? You see what I'm saying here, right?
I
Like,
think
there's
there's
I'm so fucking hungry. Holy shit.
a smart person in the chat. You have to point it out.
look, Freems, you're definitely the smartest person in the fucking chat, no doubt. So
yeah, usually,
no fucking doubt. So like, look, there's only 3/4 of what it is that you're attempting. Sorry, look, attempting to have an effect on, right? Only 3/4. You can't reach all the way around because if the girth is right.
Yeah, we talk about those wide boys, right?
If the girth is right, then you know it's might.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just going to speak on behalf of everybody. If you, again, server mute CTV, no one's going to think less of you because of it. It's for his own good.
Are we gonna all boycott CTV? Is that the plan?
No, we're just saying we're cutting CTV. CTV is cut.
Aw, don't be mean.
You've had enough, buddy. You've had enough. I'm just kidding.
This is intervention. Stop drinking.
Yeah, you should probably drink some water as well, mate.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a little bit too much piss.
Well, that's
Although,
what the jar's
okay,
for.
CTV, if you do have a hygrometer, the next time you use the washroom, would you mind checking the alcohol content of your pee? I'm curious for the sake of science.
Okay.
You want him to pee? Oh.
Okay, so maybe. Okay, hold on. I don't know if this is in fact a meme or if this is in fact a serious asking. So I will ask, and Mr. Geek, with your patience, I will ask with my shades off so that everyone understands where
I'm so
I am
hungry.
at. Is this, in fact, an impasse where CTV has reached too much for the rest of the community to be able to understand? Or is this, in fact, a place where someone else pointed out some bullshit and they need to handle their own shit, and CTV is being funny as fuck, and you need to handle your own shit instead of trying to throw it at CTV? That's what I need to understand right now. Because if you can't handle CTV at this fucking level, then you can't handle CTV on, in fact, the Hippy Dippy as a full fucking panel. And this is, in fact, the Hippy Dippy recruitment panel, where I'm simply trying to judge whether or not you have the meme capability necessary to be able to interact with me as a human being that loves everybody genuinely. I don't give a fuck what's between your legs, what it is that you claim that your gender your out. Jesus, is that even a fucking word? Gender turality?
Not when you say it.
I know, right? Sexuality, whatever the case is, right? I don't actually give a fuck between what's between your legs, what it is that you claim about yourself. I don't care. If I'm too drunk,
Does look like
then
Jack
I will
Black.
say, Dylan, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have been here tonight.
No, CTV, we really do love you, by the way.
CTV,
It's just,
let's all give
it's just
him-
hard not to make fun of you when you're like this.
Look, at the reality at the end of the day, I love everybody. I really do.
All right, CTV, let me in here just for a second. Let's for a second.
Okay.
Have you ever been the sober person around the drunk person?
What do you mean?
Like, have you ever been like hanging out with your buds and everyone's drunk but you?
I'm usually pretty lit.
Okay, well, never mind then. Never mind.
I'm just being honest, bro. Like, what do you want me to do?
I believe it.
He's going in.
CTV, what do you think about Joe Biden? I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I feel like I feel like, hold on, Mr. Geek. Mr. Geek.
No. Frames.
Sorry. Go ahead. What?
All right. We're going into closing statement. I can't. All right. We're going into closing statement and shout out. And by the way, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, like genuinely, sincerely, to everyone here on the panel tonight. Y'all have been amazing and incredibly patient. So thank you
Mr.
for
Geek.
that.
Mr.
And
Geek.
No. I'm sorry. No. We reached a too much point. At this point, this is too much. All right. Yeah, we are going into closing statement and shout out.
Amazing.
Thank you everyone for being here. And yeah, tell people where they can find you, everything, and your closing statement on the topic, which was, I don't even know.
Shit. Little chat.
Our thumb fingers. All right,
no.
and with that, we're going to go with Maya.
Yeah, I'm Maya. You can find me on everything, Femboy Maths, Twitter, Discord. You can even, you know what? If you want to find me on GitHub, you can also find me there, Femboy Maths. Yeah, I had lots of fun. Thumbs are fingers, in case anyone needs that cleared up. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. Frames, go ahead.
Yeah, twitch.tv/frames. You've also on everything else, you can find me at Frames TTV. Yeah, leftist streamer from West Virginia. I don't, for some reason, I don't feel like anyone gave me a good argument as to why they are fingers, but maybe we can have this discussion another time. But yeah, thanks for letting me on for this like last topic. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I don't know if you deserve an outro statement after what you tried to pull, but yeah, thank you for joining us.
Talking about Biden?
No.
Oh, whatever.
All right. Moving on. I'm going to pray to Cat Slayer.
What's up? My name is Cut Sleeve. You know, all is good in the hood.
I said that.
You can follow me on my Discord.
Like,
Last thing on this topic, fingers are thumbs. Obviously, we don't go around saying we have 8 fingers.
Sure.
We don't digits. I don't know what a digit is. Digit is a 0 at the end of a number. I don't know what they talking about. Thumbs do have a different purpose, but every single finger has a different purpose. This is a different purpose. I don't have 3 different fingers, okay? So, that's it. I yield.
That's kind of a good point. All right, I'm going to pray to Ninetales.
Thank you. Yeah, so Ninetales Cosmic Fox here, aka Super Fingers. And yeah, I have my Twitter at the bottom of my virtual cam here. You can see it. It's at M9 Scarlet. I have the best leftist takes on Twitter, hands down. Nobody's going to debate that. And if they can't substantiate their points. So yeah, follow me there. I also do Twitch streams sometimes, mostly just debates and panels and stuff, but I also sometimes cover right-wing anti-conspiracy or right-wing conspiracy nuts who are also anti-science, and that's why I like to add my perspective because I am a STEM nerd and I am self-taught. So yeah, just in response to the conversation, there's lots of people who I would call thumbs, but not fingers.
All right. I'm going to pray to Antiza.
Yeah, so it's just, well, okay. So my name's Entizer. You can find me on basically most places. If you want links to them all, they're on my website, entizer.github.io. How you spell it's on the screen. Yeah, so fingers are thumbs and thumbs are fingers. Words don't mean anything. I think that's all I got from this discussion. And yeah, I had fun today. And I'd love to see everyone here once, maybe in the future. And you can pop by my stream. I cover lefty politics, and React Andy shit. Just come into my stream, say hi, give me content to cover. I'm up for it. I barely get views. All right, and with that, I'm out.
Hell yeah, Antiza. Dissident Tower.
Well, I wish that we could have talked about Girly Bear's wonderful question. So, what if you grafted your big toe onto your hand? Is it then a thumb? But we didn't get to talk about that. We talked about moonshine instead.
You're muted.
Oh shit! Well, medical terminology is standardized. I wish we would have talked more about whether or not a thumb or whether or not your great toe grafted onto your hand.
Thanks for the follow, Femboy
is a thumb or not?
Appreciate it.
I think that's kind of fun. But you can find me on Twitter at Dissident Tower. You can often find me trolling Twitch.
Yeah, it's fun. It has the Let's Go sound, but I turned it off because I was getting follow boarded.
And that's it. Thanks for having me on. It's a nice spirited debate.
All right. Sensei Rules.
Hello, I'm Sens Rules. You can find me on all platforms really at Sens Rules, as it's spelled out on the on this fucking little box on your screen. I mostly am on Twitch, and I'm on like at noon every day. I usually do commentary and talking about like news, in addition to sometimes even doing deep dives into certain topics, especially things my expertise, which is like said music and specifically physics. So if it's like nuclear technology stuff, I'm really into that. And yeah, well, not into into talking about it, I guess. There's some nuance for me there, but basically to talk about my closing statements on the in noon Pacific Standard Time, sorry, on the digit thumb, whatever the fuck we're talking about here. Thumbs are chode fingers at Freems ratio plus the hood watches Sens Rules now. Shit.
Yeah. All of them in. Tiberius, did you go?
Yeah, I'll take one. As far as the actual topic at hand, I think Freems makes an interesting point there, and I'll have to take that under advisement. But I didn't know that your specialty was fingers. I was wondering what it was, but fingers, that one surprises me a little bit, man. But it is good to see you, Freems. As far as joining us tonight, thank you
I'm
for
fucking
being here
starving,
for the
holy
High Times
shit.
with CTV. It's absolutely been a blast. And you can catch me next weekend on the Sunday Hippy Dippy Recruitment Show at 9 p.m. or sorry, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys actually like my content, we didn't have a lot of it this round. I am Tiberius D. I study in economics, political science. I do geopolitics. But if you want me to see me cut loose with some friends, I'm going to have Counterpoints, Samantha Banana, and Osiris on the Mascot Podcast here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow, I keep fucking this thing up. Anyway, it'll be an absolute blast. Hope to see you there soon. If you guys like any of those people, definitely come check us out. It's an absolute blast and basically the end of the good Sunday night. And with that, that's the end of me.
All right. And last but not least, CTV.
Well, I think the reality is that after I argued the .gov website versus the .org website.
Are we still on this? Yes.
Why is it that you're talking during my ending statement? I didn't talk during yours, so shut the
So
fuck
true,
up.
King. So
Now
true.
that I've been clearly understood, because I try to make sure that I respect everyone else's time, which is why I haven't been speaking. Now, if you've enjoyed this content, which I hope that you have, I've tried to bring the most truth, Hippy Dippy Super Sunday, which is deserved and understood from the start. So from there, Mr. Geek, that's where I'm at.
All right. And you can find him at twitch.tv/critically thinking veteran. Join the wolf pack. And yeah. With that being said, I don't think I forgot anyone, just to make sure. I think I went over everyone. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Everyone in everyone's chat, go follow like our wonderful panelists, support them and everything. Sub if you like them, if you like their take. And yeah. Quick question, who is streaming right now?
I just went live.
You
But
just went
if-
live?
but if,
I've been
if
live
someone
a lot
else,
longer than you. I've been
that's what I
live
was
this whole
gonna say.
time.
If anyone,
Alright.
anyone who's been on the panel longer, if they're live, obviously.
Yeah.
I was gonna add that
Ninetales.
before.
Yeah, Ninetales, yeah, I will rate you. I'm just going to say good night to my chat and yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for
I gotta
being
go.
here
Bye,
tonight.
everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Alright, so that's that, I guess. Glad to
Yeah.
talk to you all. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just Sens. Sens is already gone. Are you
Yeah.
gone?
Yeah,
Okay.
since he's gone.
I want them to be my friend. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, Suns is cool. They had like a Dutch angle on their webcam. It was very cinematic. Alright, so yeah, I hopefully we can have like a better conversation in future. Especially with like the more serious topics. But yeah, it was fun.
Just to let you guys know, you'll be getting a message from Danabo regarding
Yeah,
tonight here in just a minute. I don't know if he already sent it, but
yeah, he sent it to me,
already-
so I wasn't sure
Okay.
if you guys were invited. Yeah, okay, sweet.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? I didn't get a message from Danabo.
I'm sure you'll get it before too long.
Yeah,
For sure.
anyways, alright, laters everyone. Goodbye.
Later.
Thanks.
Okay. Shit. Might need to. Do I need to restart it? Is my webcam working? Oh shit. Sweet. Okay, so that was the panel. I don't know if anyone's still here, but I'll just talk about it a bit. It went decent. It was okay. I feel most of my issues were covered up by the whole CTV thing, so I guess we'll I guess we'll chill out. I'm really fucking hungry, so I might get some food as well. I don't know if I'm gonna keep stream up. But I have 7 viewers now, which is pretty cool. So hi. Yeah. Ah, fuck, I'm so hungry. But yeah. Any chatters? Anyone wanna talk about it? Or talk cringe? Any thoughts? Dead chat? I don't know. I think with that, I might close off stream here. I've been streaming for a while. So, to anyone who's still watching, I am live 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is GMT plus 10, so do the math in your head. Find my links on entizer.github.io or in the Twitch panels below. And yeah, so that's it. So I guess I'll be ending stream off here. Have fun. Enjoy your time with anything else. I might raid someone as well, so yep.
Psychological issues, physical issues, identity, and all that kind of stuff, kind of more from like a truth-based perspective to try to reconcile the different political factions. And I'll shut
Can
up.
I ask you a question, Connor?
Sure.
Did you watch this debate of Lauren's? Yeah.
I don't think I watched the politically.
Which one are you talking
politically,
The politically provoked what?